Welcome to Seven-Sided Die's Carpathian adventure. Travel back 700 years to the early 1300s. Castles like this dot the countryside. The Hungarian Empire, or Carpathian Empire, is at its zenith. The nascent Ottomans are on the rise, and neither Holy nor Roman nor an empire, Holy Roman Empire battles within. England and France fight one another. As the Templars recede into history, the Teutons are on the rise. Welcome to the Carpathian adventure. This was a great hall. There would have been a roaring fire. It would have been adorned with Gothic windows. This might be where our adventuring party might gather. Let's meet them.
From the kingdom of Aragon, I am Zyman Val. I've ventured forth with few possessions and little coin, save an ancient tomb I searched to decipher. But I've struggled to find clues, and at times, food. While freezing in the Alps, fate crossed my path with a shining knight and the champions of the sun. Having aided me in a desperate time, they have earned my service and my friendship. Now, using my wizardry, I fight by their side.
I am Balder, a Norseman, a soldier, and an eldritch knight. I left my home to leave politics behind, only to be dogged by it across Europe. I first met the Champions of the Sun outside a small town in Hungary. Together, we battled Ottoman raiders and vampires. The Champions gave me purpose again, and where it takes me, I know not, but I know I want to be a part of it.
I'm Aldrich, and while I grew up an urchin in the narrow confines of Venice, I never seemed to fit in there. Except for this music box, my past is hidden to me. Now north of the Alps, I feel I'm closer to home, wherever that might be. Near the Untersberg mountain, I discovered these intrepid adventurers. Though they're blazing a dangerous path, perhaps they might help me discover who I really am.
I am Borinth, the cave bear. I come from a tribe of barbarians that once lived in the mountains of the Badenweiler. While on my sacred spirit quest, my tribe and family were attacked with none left alive. I now seek the power to avenge my people. With my rage, I grow stronger. And with the Champions of the Sun, I seek a path to restore and preserve my people's culture and rid this world of any evil that stands in my way.
I am Matthias, of the House of Bathory, Knight Baron of Carpathia. With my traveling companion, Ambria, I was dragged into a whirlwind path by a rogue monk. But those I have met since then have earned my respect, and, more importantly, my trust.
Welcome to the Carpathian adventure.
Welcome, I'm Tom. Thank you for joining us. We're a group of gamers who get together in real life to play Dungeons and Dragons. Some of us are military, others are in construction, still others are retail managers, or fewer in IT, parents, students, etc. So we do this strictly for fun. We hope you enjoy it nonetheless. There were quite a few thank yous in our open, except one, you. We'd like to thank you, our Twitch, Facebook, and Twitter followers, as well as our YouTube subscribers. Thank you for joining us. If you have not already, please follow on Twitch, please like on YouTube and on Facebook, and of course, please subscribe on YouTube. Reiner, please mute your microphone. We're up to, gosh, I think it's like 350 some odd subscribers on YouTube. That's awesome. If during the stream you follow on Twitch or if you subscribe on YouTube, your username will pop up on the screen. And during the stream, some of us are watching Twitch. Feel free to comment or ask questions. While live, we will endeavor to interact if the opportunity presents itself. So to all of our subscribers, thank you. Before I go into what's happening in the campaign, so a little up front, tonight I've rearranged a lot of the technology. If you were with us last session, which was about a month ago, if you were with us last session, the cameras kept freezing. I had screwed up the audio at one point. So we did a lot of things to try and fix that. Hopefully the audio, it looks like it's okay. I'm watching the VU meter. It looks like it's okay. So far, this camera has not frozen yet. And so far, from what I saw earlier, the other cameras have not frozen yet. So a lot of thanks to Chris from Elgato, who is one of the tech reps there, who talked me through updating the drivers, how to recommend cable lengths. All of the cables from the cameras have gone from HDMI to 4K HDMI with the goal of trying to prevent the cables themselves, and to the shortest length possible, to prevent the cables from themselves being the area where the signal is dropping out. Having said all of that, there is no guarantee. There is absolutely no guarantee. And everything has been offloaded, as much as has been offloaded off of us, for all you computer geeks out there, of which I'm not one. I've learned way too much doing this. All of the graphics have been offloaded as much as we possibly can off the CPU and put onto the GPU. So our CPU usage is down to like 3.5%. 3.5%, which is incredibly low. So if these cameras freeze tonight, Chris, not Chris at the table, Chris from Elgato, I don't know what's going on. So hopefully that is not the case. So with that, let me get into what was happening in the campaign. The party is building strength and gathering allies to defeat the powerful Bayuk Osman Ghazi. In their effort to do so, they're collecting parts to create a powerful weapon. Their quest led them to Schloss Kyburg in the Swiss canton of Schwyz. A series of battles and a siege later, they acquired the Heilige Lanze, or the Lancehead, from the Spear of Destiny. Post-battle, the party said their goodbyes to their friend Kartra. Waking the next morning, the party noted that Borinth was missing. Simon said, you know Borinth. I can't do a Simonite voice, I'm sorry. You know Borinth. He likes to go off into the woods. He takes off all of his clothes and run around and shouts like a bear. As a man. Well, Brian is not here yet, so if he comes down here running around with his clothes off, please, we'll quickly switch away. Simon, Aldrich, and Mikolash discussed at length future plans, including a cryptic message that Simon found in his tome regarding Guillaume's sin, Balder's cart, which is supposed to be en route to Benelo, and the Teutons' alleged destruction of magic were also discussed. They also spoke at length regarding the staff the party is trying to assemble. Eventually, they ventured off from their campsite, initially to the west, until they encountered a stream that slowly grew into a river. Following it north, the stream widened further. They then joined a road that led them to a town, Stein am Rhein. Entering, the party went to a tavern called Der Römische Krieger. They all tried the house special, Der Hammerschlagen. Balder played a drinking game also called, appropriately, Hammerschlagen. Despite the alcohol, the party had an in-depth conversation regarding Ghazi. The next day, Balder hired an armorer, Karl Richter, to blacken and inlay his armor with gold flowers that, when examined closely, look like tiny faces screaming, and add a slot for Osman Ghazi's medallion that he stole. Aldrich met with the Thieves Guild representative Sophie Nua, later purchased a short sword and ordered a set of gold-plated manacles to have, and he may have planted a seed to off Richter's wife, Huta, or Yuta.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see where that goes. if you're able to make it, Alderic Joe. Mattias went looking for some potions of vitality, but with a language barrier, didn't have much success. Simon and Mikolash crossed the river, had an incredibly introspective conversation, and climbed a small ridge to the town's monastery and keep. While Simon went looking for the senior abbot, Mikolash met with another monk in the monastery's courtyard, Johannes Meyer. Mikolash seemed in search of something, and Johannes tried to help. Mikolash also learned a bit about the Holy See. Later, Simon, Balder, Mikolash, and Mattias again met with Abbot von Winkelsheim, showed him the Heilige Lanze, convinced him of the truth of their mission, discussed a cryptic message regarding the 21st Grand Master of the Knights Templar, Guillaume de Beaujeu. Acre rests Guillaume, Royal of Anjou died. And there they obtained access to the library's tomes. With the sun setting, we rejoined the party in the monastery above Stein am Rhein. Welcome back, guys.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! Yes, indeed. You guys are in the monastery, or you just finished speaking with the abbot. What are you guys doing?
We should perhaps head back for supper and a rest. We can discuss how we want to proceed. I believe the abbot asked us to bring the lance head back some other time. When exactly would you like to have us bring it back so that you can...
Oh, what works for you?
sometime tomorrow, I
Oh,
suppose.
that would be marvelous. I will have our acolytes prepare for you, and
Okay.
we'll meet you in the main chapel, if that's all right.
Sure.
We greatly appreciate it. I mean, it's not often that such a relic is brought to. Well, when I say not often, I mean never. Is such a relic brought to our confines here. I mean, Stein am Rhein is a pleasant city, but this is not Munich or.
And this is quite the relic, if there ever was one, I suppose.
Yes, I think there are very few other relics that are as important to Christianity. Perhaps the crown of thorns.
There are exactly two that we care about.
Yeah, very well.
Well, have a pleasant evening, and we will see you in the morning.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much.
Well,
And-
thank you.
Hey, nobody guides you out. You know your own way. They don't seem overly concerned about security or anything like that.
Well,
So
Balder's
all
not wearing
four
all
of
his
you are
armor.
together.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Balder's not wearing his armor. He looks kind of respectable in ordinary street clothes.
It's a little wet rat.
Yeah.
No one even knows.
Okay, so you ventured back down in toward the town.
Yeah, I guess we'll
Okay,
go
so you
to
venture
the-
back down the hill, if you will,
Yeah.
and you head
Check
toward
out the other tavern.
Oh, around the other side. We can check out the other tavern, right?
Well, I think there is 3 on the side we were at. We haven't even looked around this side for any.
Bar crawl.
I could use a bar claw.
Is it on common?
Okay, you venture down the hill. The sun is setting. You're on a fortified side of the town. It's not a super winding, but the road kind of goes with the terrain of the earth to make its way down toward the river. Along the way, you spot a tavern. It is outside of it. It has a large wooden monk supported it, a large wooden mug supported by a monk whose head is thrown back, and he looks like he has a shaved head on it.
This
On
looks
him.
as good as any.
This looks great.
Okay. You go into the bar. You notice that it's jammed with monks, all sitting in there in their brownish gray smocks, pounding back drinks at that time, and they're just drinking away. They seem to ignore you guys at this point.
Monasteries make the best beer. We have to try some.
All right. Ow, ow, ow! Stop! Stop!
You're the only one I can pull.
Okay, so you go.
If there's a spare table around.
You don't see any tables, but there's a couple benches, and there's probably some spots by the bar you could probably squeeze up to if you really forced yourself up to it. What do you? Okay.
We have to try this beer that Nicholas says is great.
Yes.
I don't squeeze up there.
I don't speak the language, but I would love to try the beer. So whatever we could do for that.
Well,
I'm
I
ecstatic.
speak the language. That's just fine.
Okay, you venture up toward the bar itself, and it's a barkeep, a female lass, comes up to you. What may I get for you?
4 of whatever the monastery's best concoction is.
Yeah, it's a kind of a French brew, Bière de Moine.
Sounds fabulous.
Okay, she says 2 gold.
Pay the lady.
Yes.
You chalk off 2 gold, you throw it out there, she scoops it up, she brings over a pitcher and 4 mugs and slaps it down in front of you.
I'll pour them out and slide them around to everybody.
And Matthias, are you drinking with them? Okay.
Sure.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I don't want to force you to do anything.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna have to lift the vibes.
No, I just have to think for a minute.
Well, gentlemen, here's to hoping we run into Borinth at some point. I'm sure he'll come in from the woods and...
I'm starting to get a little worried.
Does anybody know where Aldrich went?
No, I haven't seen him.
Well, more for us. Cheers.
Yes. I'm sure he's up to no good somewhere.
Everyone roll a con save.
Let's go. That's a
22.
critical fail.
16.
16.
Whoa. Starting off good. Get those out of the way.
Gotta get you some dice.
They're only like $7 a set.
Well,
The
not,
problem
not
isn't
anymore.
that the
With
phone
inflation.
working.
Yeah.
The problem is that I just had
Cash
to
goes
plug
up,
it in
dice
because it
goes
was
up.
low on charge.
I'm sure a set of Chessex is $15 now. With the price of everything.
These are all collector's
That
editions
is
now. the table.
Yeah.
16.
That's 16.
The con save.
Okay, everyone except Simon. The beer, it's very good. It's a little bit sweet, perhaps a little bit sweeter than you might be used to. Almost like what you might call a lambic, if you will. It's very light head to it, a little bit peachy color as opposed to an amber hue. Simon, you love it. It's terrific. If you had any inhibitions before, they seem to have evaporated from you for the time being.
Nice.
And you effectively have another D10 worth of hit points, as if you were to get yourself into a fight.
Just try not to do that.
Delicious.
You are so right. This is one of the best I've ever had.
Wow, you really like it.
Oh, pour me another.
Sure.
Slam that one back as fast as I can because it's so delicious. Is there no music in this place? Did the monks not enjoy merriment?
It's all right. I mean, a little fruity.
All right. It dances on your taste buds.
Very well put. Yes, I like that. Yes.
The aroma sparkles through the senses.
I told you this was a great idea.
If Bond was here, he'd agree. It's a pretty girly drink. It's girly beer. But it's all right. It'll get the job done.
That. I mean, it's certainly got more flavor to it than some that I've tasted.
You see some of the monks in small
lacks the
groups
grit.
cheering one
Dirt.
another on and so forth, and they're drinking it. This is where they seem to come down to, I was going to say let their cloak down, but hopefully not.
Hey now.
So they seem to come down here and let themselves lose themselves, if you will. You drink another, you down another one,
Yeah.
roll another con save, sir.
I'll have one more.
Oh, that's
Perfect timing. We're drinking beer.
27.
A 27. You feel fine. You enjoy it. You suddenly feel immune to its effects, but
Natural 20.
natural 20, and you really enjoy it. It's very, very good, and you're just chugging it down at this point. Welcome, Brian. Okay.
I think the monks usually have a good loaf of bread or something. I think I'm gonna need some to soak up some of this.
Not so much from where I'm from, but we could try.
Yeah. What do the monks eat where you're from?
I'll eat bread, but it's not very good.
Speak of Tsar, and he shall await.
But it's not
Speak
very
of the
good.
devil, and he shall await.
Well, shall we discuss the riddle that he gave us?
It seems very complicated.
Well, he mentioned that it may be an acronym, which is where you take the first letter of each word to make a new word or phrase. You can take either, maybe just proper words or all the words in a sentence. So if we look at the phrase, right? Acre res Guillaume, the royal evasion died. Right? If we take all the first letters, even over the smaller words, right? The last part, the last four letters spell the word road.
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 Okay.
And the first four letters are ARGT. Now that seems weird, right? But what is a road other than points that you travel to, right? So there's a chance that each of those letters represents either a city or a place. The starting point, A being acre, right? The second one is R. That could be the holy city of Rome. The G
Okay.
may be Genoa. And the T could be Toulouse. This would have been a path that the Crusaders would have taken back from the Holy Land. So it is possible Guillaume is buried at some point along that path, either at the end or somewhere else en route. Or, if we take away the first letters of the small words, we're left with Argrad. But I have no idea what that might mean. I don't know if that may be another city or...
That is a name of a vampire we know.
Well, it seemed
Argrad.
weird that he would be buried inside a vampire unless he has become the vampire.
Anything's possible. Maybe he was known as that in another life.
Well, I mean, the riddle does talk about his sin. Perhaps he made a deal for eternal life.
So you think Argrad was him turned into a vampire? Maybe.
It's a possibility. I gave you two possibilities. One is the road,
Yeah.
and the other is he's the vampire that we've already met. But
I mean, it's too. Is it too much of a coincidence that it's his name?
maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. What do you think, Boring?
I'm not there.
You just showed up. Poof! Drinking a beer.
I'm assuming I'm not there. I've been in the woods.
So that's...
Well, now we have
Unless
to figure...
there's more of a riddle to it and you have to take the letters and rearrange the letters, in which case I can work on it some more. Perhaps I can ask Barbarossa for his eyes when I rest.
Now
He'll
I'm
be
just
able to
trying
help me.
I'm trying to figure out how do I find Argrad. He's only ever found us.
Well,
Because he's not in the rafters here, is he?
hopefully we find find Borinth, he's able to see him. Maybe, but I don't know how we would. How do you summon him?
That's a good question.
Boris?
We know how you summon Borinth. It's usually with meat, unicorn meat, preferably.
If only there was a way to summon Boris using unicorn meat. In a place where we drink. A place you would love to be, I'm sure.
Space.
Well,
All right. No, it definitely gives us something to go on.
Your riddle is very interesting and tricky. I wonder, maybe if we're overcomplicating it though, where would he rest? I would think maybe that's a jumping off point.
Somewhere along a 1,000-mile trail? How long is this trail?
what is a mile?
It's about...
I think it's about 7,000 knots in the rope from here to...
It's about 20,000 steps. Maybe more.
Your measurements are impeccable.
But your legs are so much longer than mine. Surely it takes you more steps than it takes me steps to go the same distance.
You know what? We're gonna have to measure this. Just down another beer. Let's go outside.
All right. We
There should be something to see.
should start to head back to our lodgings anyway.
Yes, Boris might be waiting there.
Maybe.
I don't know how long he stays in the woods. You said this is long. I don't know what you're measuring here.
I don't know how long he stays in the woods.
It's odd that you know how many steps in a mile, but you don't know what is long for Boris in the woods. You have,
It's really an
I said
open-ended
I'm a little
perceptions.
worried. I said I'm a little worried. He's been gone a while.
It's really open-ended. Sometimes a few hours, a few days, a week. All right.
I can respect the wild card. I can understand that.
And I think tomorrow I may get some new clothes. These clothes have taken quite a beating since the slosh.
And a nice new pointy hat.
I've never worn a pointy hat.
You should. It would look good on you.
I do need a new cloak. I suppose. Well, if we find a pointy hat, should I get one with stars?
No stars.
Flames.
Flames is the way to go.
Okay.
Flames.
Let us go into the night.
You are good at flames.
Should we have one more before we leave?
Sure, another
All
round.
right, one more round.
The barmaid brings over another pitcher and pours another 2 gold then, please. And she pours around for you each. You've already saved, so you don't need to roll.
Stuff's stronger than it looks.
All right. Out into the night and across the bridge we go.
By the time you head outside, it is getting a little bit darker at this point.
I'm going with you. I need to see this.
You venture out into the street, and
I don't actually accomplish anything. Just as we walk out, I'm like going heel to toe. 1, 2.
Counting the steps.
I'm measuring nothing.
Yeah.
Just counting.
Wait, where did I start? Oh no.
you notice that the drink, as you start to get up and walk away, was a little bit stronger than you anticipated. You're all fine, but it's one of those drinks that it's sweet and just goes down easy. But then after a few of them, it suddenly hits you when you get up and you walk away. You walk out and you start venturing down toward the bridge itself. And again, you note that it's a very old bridge. It clearly was built long before the city itself was built, and perhaps the city grew up around it or something else, but it's made of a very different type of stone architecture than the rest of the city, even than the walls themselves. You cross over the bridge and you're back on the other side, on the east side of Stein am Rhein, and you see the 3 taverns that you were from. Let me cut over to Brian. What are you doing? You were outside.
Yeah, so I was going to say, I've been out in... I'm not really too familiar with what the surrounding area was like, but how long have they been traveling on the road to get here?
A solid day.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been on the outskirts. I've been kind of trailing, not behind, but sort of parallel to them, but just kind of moving off-road.
Okay.
And I've been just kind of staying outside the city.
Okay.
And my plan is is it evening time now?
Yes, it's dark.
Okay, so my plan is to kind of head into town in the morning. And hopefully run into them. That's sort of what my plan is right now. But yeah, so Borinth has been out in out. Just something very strange happened to him when he said goodbye to Kartra. He found that he was able to bless her body before she passed on, and it took quite a bit out of him. So he's just trying to kind of figure out and get a little bit more control over what's happening with him with some of these new abilities, because they are very new to him. He doesn't quite understand them, and he hasn't really been communicating much with Woden directly. So just been kind of hiding out in the woods, camping out in the woods, doing some hunting, trying to get kind of back to earth a little bit, staying out of the big city. But but the plan is to head back in at daybreak to hopefully run into, because he knows that they went into the city, but I don't no idea where they're at or why.
Okay, good enough. You come across a city. I mean, it's the first big city that you come across. You don't know that they're there, obviously, but it's the first bigger city that you've come across. The terrain feels very familiar to you in a kind of undefined way. That these rolling hills and pine forests. It's more than rolling hills at this point. They're low mountains, if you will, at this point. There's a large river that you've been kind of paralleling. On the western side of it, the slopes are pretty steep and craggy, and the terrain is rougher. On the eastern side, it's much easier going, and you can travel if you were to continue up and down the river much easier on the eastern side than you could on the western side. You sense that it would really slow your movement down. So you do. On this side, that you manage to find a copse of trees reasonably enough close to the city that you can see the city. But it's not it's rolling farm land. So that there's not like just endless woods at this juncture. You manage to find a copse of woods where you can kind of confine yourself to it. You try to do a little bit of hunting. You get a sense that there's not a lot of game, so just give me an investigation check. Or investigation.
Let's see, I rolled a 19.
Okay, good enough. You managed to spot a deer moving by. It hasn't spotted you yet.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna creep up on it and
roll me a stealth check.
Barehanded deer attack.
I picture you like on both fours.
No bow and arrow, just gets right up to it and hits it.
Stealth. Where's my stealth? Oh no, don't do this to me now. Don't do this to me, sorry. Everything is still kind of booting up, and it just decided to... Oh, here it goes, I'm back.
Your stealth is -1.
He's got good dice. His stuff can't be that bad.
I think he does.
And he doesn't wear armor, so he's not rolling at disadvantage. It's probably a +2.
He's a strength and combat.
Oh, here we go. All right, so it's a 9.
A 9. Okay, you start to creep up onto this deer. You turn. You feel like something crack underneath your shoes, and the deer pauses, and its head jerks up from the ground and looks back and forth, and you two kind of stare at each other for a moment, and then he turns back toward the ground. You start moving again, and you hear another crack under your feet, and it darts off into the darkness.
Some hunter, Ryan. He's hunting my whole life. I step on twigs.
You've lost your path. You've been hunting men too long.
Yeah.
Not animals.
Okay, back with the party.
Never mind.
That blows the whole thing I was going to do. Never mind.
Okay. You stumble back down the hill across the bridge. You're back on the other side. Are you going back to the tavern you were at before, or what's your plan?
Yeah, I think we had stayed there the first night.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Der Romisch Krieger.
That's where the lodging is.
Okay, you go into the Der Romisch Krieger and you see, I think I screwed up his last name. Heiliger Krieger was his name. I think I called him something else, but he's there. The place seems to be hopping fairly well, and there we go. Technology, it's great when it works. Okay, anyway. And here, guten Abend, wie geht's? Hello, good evening, how are you tonight?
Oh, very good, very good.
Wonderful.
Do we need something to eat before? Maybe.
Sure.
Why not?
All right.
What do you want?
I don't know. But all the monks had was bread. I'm still a little.
Anything but bread.
I need something to, fill up this space.
A good meat stew.
Oh, yeah, stew. Yeah.
Ah, very well. He goes and he says, are you having another Hammerschlagen?
None for me.
Not tonight.
Not tonight.
Well, I think the two will be enough for me.
Okay. We have a new dish, if you want to try it. It's a hearty, meaty dish.
Okay.
Don't blame them, but it comes from across the river from France, if you will. It's a very, very thick stew. A little bit fatty, if you will, but pretty good. It's called Froschfleisch, if you will.
Oh, okay.
Okay, he brings out several big. How many you having?
One for each?
Four of you, and he goes, it'll be just 2 gold, if you would. He brings it out, and he brings out some hunks of bread, and it's a thick, kind of amberish brown stew with chunks of, it looks almost like chicken floating in it, just a huge kind of white meat floating in it, and with a thick broth and a little bit, kind of, you can see like there's obviously made with butter and so forth.
Oh, the French.
Yeah.
And their butter.
Oh, I'll never deny the French their culinary prowess.
Okay, you try it?
Yep.
It's really pretty darn good.
Yeah.
It's very unusual. A little bit like chicken, but not quite like chicken. Okay?
All right.
Very good.
And then this journey offers amazing opportunities
Very
for
filling.
food and drink.
Well, when you have the coin, you can have anything you want.
This is very true.
Okay, so it's
I
the rest of
imagine
the
I
evening
imagine 2
is.
gold a lot for like regular peasants.
Do you know how much butter, how labor intensive butter is at this time in history?
I don't know. Like, how much would that be considering like just some guy who has a normal job in town? 2 gold must be quite a lot for a stew.
Yeah. Depends how much they steal.
For the anniversary, let your wife know that you care.
Yeah. We're
You got
eating
me
at
the
the
stew?
we're eating at the tavern
You
tonight.
got me butter? Wow.
It's imported.
After I finish my stew, I'll head up and pass out for the night.
I will call it a
Okay,
night.
you guys call it a night. Anybody, you doing anything else, Mattias, or anybody else?
No.
Okay, the
I
night.
think so.
The night passes uneventfully. The next day, the sun rises. You can smell food wafting from below. As he told you, it's included with your room.
Fabulous.
Borinth, you wake out in the woods. It's a slight little bit of rain coming down, but it's not like pouring rain, kind of like a misting rain, if you will. There's a little bit of fog over the valley coming up from the river.
I want to find one of the local farms and see if I can find any place like a sheep farm or a sheep farmer or something.
Okay.
It would be pretty common in those areas.
Okay. You go. Sure. You spot. It's very easy to spot. There's farms all around the area.
I just want to go up to like the farmer. I'm just going to purchase. I'm going to purchase 3 sheep. From the farmer.
And he's like, 3 sheep. Well, I mean, they are used for wool. I mean, what are you gonna do with them?
Well, what do you do with them? You either shear them or you butcher them.
Well, we try to butcher them when we can't shear them anymore. Sure.
Well, it's none of your business what I'm going to do with them once I purchase them. I'll pay you a fair price.
Okay.
What's the going rate? Why does it have to get all creepy with you?
What's it going?
I can have any woman I want.
And there it is.
I choose sheep.
Is the missus home, by the
There
way?
it is.
Why don't you ask the missus? Maybe she'll come on out. And you can ask her whether or not she would want to be with me or she would want to be with you.
We'll find out her price.
Yeah. See how much she's worth.
700 gold pieces.
Gonna write an IOU for that one. Balder owes you.
It's not that I don't have money. I have money. I mean, you don't know how much your sheep are worth?
No, I don't. It's not every day somebody walks up to you and out of the woods and tries to buy a sheep from you.
He's now calculating
Really?
the yearly
I mean, you're a
earnings.
sheep farmer. I'd imagine you sell head of sheep.
Yeah, I mean we sell wool, we sell.
Internet doesn't like me.
It's 5 gold apiece. For
Okay.
each.
No
15
problem.
gold.
Here you go, 15 gold.
Shoot. Let him go for nothing.
Okay.
Be nice to those sheep.
I mean, to be honest with you, they're not going to be alive much longer. I mean, my plan is to butcher them. So I'm going to take them back out to wherever I was camping out.
Okay.
Right? And I'm going to slaughter them. I'm going to butcher them up. And I'm going to, I want to take the hides from the sheep.
Okay.
And I'm going to make I want to make a sheepskin cloak.
Okay. Cool.
And I want to just kind of, I mean, it's not going to be super elegant, right? But
No, not after you first butcher them.
well, I mean, you have to butcher them. I mean,
Yeah, no, I see that.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna skin them and start working on the hides, and this is how my people have lived,
Okay.
right? So we're used to doing these sorts of trades and stuff. So, yeah, I'm gonna butcher it, and I want to start treating the hide, and eventually I want to start kind of sewing it together. I'm gonna start drying out some of the meats because I know we're gonna be on the road for a while. So I'm just kind of preparing
Okay.
some things.
Okay. It's gonna take you quite a bit of time.
Yeah, that's fine.
And-
It's not Borinth size, right? So it's not going to the cloak itself is not for Borinth, so it's not that big, right? It's not as big as Borinth would be.
Okay.
That makes sense. If that should probably shorten some of the time down and the crafting needed.
So okay, sounds good.
Yeah,
So is this a cloak you're going to wear, or is this?
it's not for Borinth.
Ah,
It's not for
okay,
Borinth.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay, it's pretty bloody, and you feel like you're gonna at some point want to go down to the river and clean it off. You don't have to go toward the city. I mean, you can go one way or the other to do so. You've got a lot of meat.
Okay.
I mean, a lot.
Yeah.
From 3 sheep. Probably more than you know what to do with at this point. And you get a sense that there's some other critters that kind of smell the meat as well. And you see some other animals, some varmints in the area. But the day passes uneventfully.
Most of the meat I'm drying. I'm gonna have
Okay.
a bunch. I'm gonna make a stew for myself. Most of it's over the fire, getting smoked and dried out.
Okay.
So the animals should stay away.
Okay.
I mean, for the most part.
Okay. So you're out there plodding away at that. The next day rises. What are the rest of you doing?
After breakfast, I will. I want to go and look for a tailor.
Okay. You wander through town. You eventually find somebody fairly easily. Okay, you wander through town and you see what looks like a giant spool with a needle going through the side of it through some
Classic.
going through the side of some thread.
Oh, head on it.
Okay, no problem. And the doors open. You hear a little bell ring as you go inside. There's all kinds of bolts of cloth on the walls, and there's a counter. And you see somebody, 2 individuals working. One of them gets up and comes over to you. Guten Morgen. Wie geht's?
Guten
Wie
Morgen.
geht es Ihnen?
Don't steal the cloth.
I desire a few items. As you can see, my traveling clothes have taken quite a beating. So a new outfit, yeah, you can kind of see how it is. The more pockets, the better that I can put little things in. They're good. Brown is fine, I guess. I have also misplaced my finer clothes. They were in a cart that may or may not still exist. I do not know. So some finer regalia would be nice for such events.
The sky's the limit. I mean, how fine do you want them?
Well, practical, but something that shows my nobility.
Ooh, a noble. Excuse me, sir.
No. But just something that looks good enough.
Any
Practical.
particular type of material you're looking for this slightly more noble?
No.
Hey, let me show you what we have over here.
Finest silk.
Silk rubs my skin the wrong way. Cotton feels so much more just natural and fine.
We don't have a lot of cotton, and we have some,
We don't have
but
cotton. Or just wool?
wool. We have lots of wool.
Wool is perfect.
Cotton is very expensive and has to be imported.
Yeah. Well, wool breathes very easily, even in the hot months. So, wool it is.
Very well. Wool it will be, and any particular color. He starts pulling out several bolts, and he shows them to you. Any particular color for this finer clothing. We have these are our finest wools here, and you can feel them. They're very, very soft.
For the finer outfit, something in some shades of blue would be very nice.
Oh yes, we're here. It's a slightly bluish green hue to it, but it's still blue.
Yeah, that will do marvelously.
Okay, and
The traveler's clothes, brown.
brown to too easy.
Really.
Lots of brown
Yeah.
wool.
And then the last item is a cloak. I would like it two-sided. On the inside, I would like my family colors, which are yellow and red, in 4-inch stripes. Upon
Vertical, horizontal.
vertically.
Okay.
And then upon the back, I would like the back to be black, but in the center, I would like a sun emblazoned, and I would like 6 flames coming off of that sun.
Very elaborate. Very nice. And is this a wool cloak as well, or what is it made out of? And is it?
Yeah, wool would be fine.
Do you want a layer of wax cloth in between the 2 layers, or to make it waterproof? Or
Ooh. Yes, that would definitely be good. I have been getting wet when it rains. And
yes, I mean it would definitely help you.
yes,
Or we can make the outers, the black side, the wax cloth, if you wanted.
I will mostly be wearing the black side out, I believe. So, whatever waterproofing you think is suitable, I will leave up to you.
We'll cover it with the thin layer of
All
wool. Just aesthetically, the wool will look better. The wax cloth has kind of a sheen to it. And
Okay.
very well. The real question: what's your timeline?
4 days, 4 or 5 days.
5 we can do. I think 5 is
Okay.
5. And my wife, Kirsten, will get your measurements. Kirsten, she comes over and stand on the box. And she starts taking your sizes. It takes a couple minutes, and he says, the whole thing. You see him calculating over on the side what it's all going to cost, and he says, really the true cost is in the labor for the stripes and the sun and so forth. So for all of its both outfits and the cloak, and just call it 20 gold. Is that reasonable?
That seems more than fair.
Very well. And that we'll have it done in 5 days.
5 days, I will see.
Yes. Very well. And what name am I putting this under, sir?
You can put that under Simon Vol.
Simon Vol. Simon Vol. Thank you, Simon.
Thank you.
We'll see you in 5 days then.
Maybe you could help me. My friends and I, we've been traveling. Do you know of any stores that might sell concoctions to restore one's health?
There is a
Maybe an apothecary.
there is an apothecary in town. Is that more of an alchemist? She is Heidi Herman.
Heidi Herman.
She's just down the street and around one of the alcoves there.
Okay. Very good. Very good.
Yes.
I'll let my friends know. Perhaps we'll go over to Heidi's place later.
Very well.
Well, have a good day.
You do the same. Thank you for the business.
Heidi's house.
Heidi's hole.
Heidi's hole. That's what it should be called.
Ouch!
That should be called. Oh, that's a good name. Come on.
Heidi's.
Heidi's
I don't know for an alchemist if that's a good one.
The Heidi hole
hole. Yeah,
apothecary.
the pot.
As the party
They brew it in the pot.
goes in venture of Heidi's hole,
I see where you're
we'll
going.
be right back.
It's just not for me.
Hey.
Welcome back. You're watching the Carpathian Adventure on Seven-Sided Die. We rejoin the party in the town of Stein am Rhein. And I think Simon is going looking for an apothecary, and the other party members may be doing something else. Mattias, what are you doing? It's morning. What is he up to?
It's a good question.
Thank you.
My guess would most likely just be staying at the inn for the time being. His lack of comprehension of the local tongue has discouraged him from attempting to go searching for anything himself at the moment.
Now that he doesn't have to shine his armor, he's got all his free time on his hands. He doesn't know what to do with himself.
Okay.
Usually you're just sitting around shining your armor.
It's already shiny.
It's already shiny all the time.
Always shiny.
He tries to dirty it up. I can't even dirty it up anymore.
Rolling around in mud, just...
He leaves water on it all night to see if it'll start to rust.
Okay, and Borinth, it's the next day. What are you up to? You're still working away at that?
Yeah, I'm working away at
Mikolash,
that.
what are you doing?
Little introspective day, a little bit of training inside the room, seeing all the monks in the bar, and seeing Johann definitely made me think about the Moldavina Monastery, and just wanted to do a little fast day, thinking about, I'm a student of the path, what do I want to do with that? Maybe what I want to do goes through more than just me and my hands, maybe it goes through others, maybe this whole journey. So I picture me just thinking about all these thoughts while I'm doing it goes push-ups, finger push-ups, 2-finger push-up, handstands. I'm just it's a whole until evening I'm not going to eat anything, just a little bit of water and just trying to work through this just in my head as I'm working out.
Mikolash can only do them if you can do them. That's the gritty realism rule.
I can get pretty close. Well, we'll see, actually. I've never done finger push-ups with 2 fingers. But I think I could do these pretty easily.
They hurt.
Yeah. My thumbs, I think, can handle it. I don't know if my pointers can.
Okay. Ryan, rather. What is Boulder doing?
Oh man, if he's gonna be out shopping for clothes, then I guess I will look for some sort of, I don't know, I don't even know if that exists.
What?
Is there people who deal scrolls? Is that a thing
in
this world?
Well, maybe I'll meet up with you
Is there
after
some
I
kind of-
leave.
Is there some kind of wannabe wizard
garment
just
place.
selling scrolls?
Well, usually we look for we've found stores of interesting items and strange artifacts and weird trinkets. You know?
Yeah. I'll ask
Usually
around.
the sign doesn't say magic stuff.
Well, yeah. I'll ask around. I'll ask around for anyone who may know of
Most of the time,
a major
the
magic
vendor
user.
doesn't even know what he is selling.
True. All right, then that's what I'm gonna do. Then I'm gonna walk around to the trinket and junk sellers and see if I see any person with a collection of scrolls.
This is a stick that actually coughed up a fireball. I don't know why. You can buy it.
Okay. You go wandering around. You eventually come across
runner.
You come across.
I think he's there. The
I think
camera's
he's there. I don't think your camera's turned on, Reiner.
I don't know how that happened.
Sorry. You go wandering around. You eventually see what looks like a beaker outside, down one of the alleyways off on the non-fortified side of the town. You see what looks like a beaker.
It's always on the shady part of town. I will walk in.
It's usually nicer to walk in the shade than in the direct sun.
Okay.
I like that. I was going to do a wrong side of the river reference to you, but I like yours.
Okay. So the streets got really busy very quick. Okay.
A whole bunch of people. It's like a part of a video game. You walk in and everyone just appears. Oh, hey.
You see, there's nobody there right at the moment, but you see shelves filled with jars and pickled little creatures in them and so forth.
Just taking close looks at things on the shelves.
And there's some of them are creamy colored, different colors, thick, bubbly, all different sorts of kind of unusual things in them. A woman eventually comes out and she says, Guten Morgen, wie geht's?
Good morning.
Ich heiße Heidi. What language do you reply in?
Adventurers can't.
I
I give her a nod. Good morning. Good morning. Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
I can speak a little German now.
Ein bisschen, ja.
Better hope Simon comes in pretty soon.
Das Boot.
Das Boot. Das Boot. Das She points toward the river.
And I'll kind of, if I see any scrolls, I'll just kind of point to them, let her know I'm just gonna look.
She doesn't have any scrolls. Looks like a lot of just glancing around. It kind of looks like a lot of like alchemy bottles filled with stuff. She says.
Well, I'll keep. I'll just, tell her to have a good day, and I'll just keep in mind where she's at, and I can bring the guys back later. Someone who can actually talk to her. I'm not gonna sit there and attempt to speak to it.
Möchten Sie Tränke?
I'll come back.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Wiedersehen.
I love these little language barrier gaps. And it's like Alfita Zane. I just picture like little awkward dialects.
Alfita Zane?
Alfita Zane too.
Okay, you venture back out again. Simon, you probably wrap up with them. What are you doing?
Well, I'll head to the Apothecary.
Okay, you go looking for the apothecary. Eventually, it's not a big town, as you can see. Eventually, you make your way and down around a corner, and you're just looking down like either way from the main drag that goes up toward the bridge, and you see Balder popping out of a store.
Oh. What did you buy? I was just heading.
Simon, come over here.
Your pockets seem very light.
I think I found an apothecary.
Huh.
There's lots of potions in there.
Fabulous.
But I can't talk to her. Terrible at German. You think I would have learned a little bit.
I can help you with some language lessons if you like.
Please. Okay. I would.
Well, we will work on that.
Let's
we'll
do
start
French.
tonight.
Let's do French, though. Because it'll be too late for German once I learn it.
Well, you know what they say. It is the language of love.
There you go.
It's probably the best one to learn. After Spanish.
Oh, okay.
All
right, let's go.
Let's go.
All of them. Oh, great.
Okay, so you venture out. You venture over there, and you walk in, and you see the scene that I described to Ryan. She says,
Guten Tag.
she says you understand her say in Deutsch. She says to him, welcome back, and to you she says, good morning.
Guten Morgen.
Guten Morgen.
Translation.
Yeah, I understand.
So, tell me what you have here. Large assortment.
A small collection of potions.
We are mostly looking for something that will restore a great bit of health when one is injured on the battlefield.
Yes, I may have something like that.
Is there anything
What's a
else
great bit to you? I mean,
like back from the day.
Whatever they
Take it all.
More than
we
what
didn't need anything
a
specifically, right?
more than
think
what
it's like a
a
vitality
small man would need.
Reiner.
Yeah.
You see how big this man is. He is the smallest among the men that need these potions.
That's right.
So, the bigger the better, I would say. Is there any other things we need?
I can always use some utility potions. They're always fun.
Yeah.
I don't know anything specific, but hey, see what she has.
Like breathing underwater?
Something fun.
Invisibility.
Yeah, invisibility's fun.
Well, I can do that.
Yeah, but we can't.
Yeah, who can't do that these days?
Oh, dark vision is useful. That everybody has.
I could use dark vision.
Well, I mean, I have a few potions here. I have. Let me see.
And I've left all my potions in my cart.
Well, bring them forward.
You good?
my man here is very good at discerning quality of potions. He would,
He just starts sniffing all
if he had some eyeballs, he could show you how to make a potion or two. I'm sure.
Very well. I have. I do
She's
have.
really confused now.
Like eyeballs? What?
This is a different kind of potion making now.
No, she says I've worked with eyeballs before. It's okay.
All right.
I do know some stuff.
All right.
No shame here.
Heidi's whole.
No
I do
shame.
have potions of healing.
Heidi's home.
You read of a gentleman who was looking for the other day. I think he must have been in your party. Couldn't understand what I was saying. He was looking for. He kept saying to me, "Vitality."
Was his armor very shiny?
Yes, it was.
Disturbingly clean.
Yeah, Matthias. I believe I'm going to have to start a language class in my spare time. Anyway, so whatever healing potions you can give us, and maybe an assortment of other things.
Well, I mean, I
don't
have a
know.
lot of different things.
12-pack of.
Bud.
Can we get a variety pack?
Yeah.
What's your?
Is there a sampler of some kind?
What is her favorite potions?
My favorite. Oof, you don't want those.
Those are the vitality ones.
The Heidi holes.
I wasn't sure exactly what he meant.
Those vitality potions.
Yeah, I mean if it's the
Yeah.
super
Yeah.
strength, if it's
We're
the
going
super strength, it's good, but it's got to be big.
Long lasting, super strength.
Is there anything that makes one fast? Is there anything
I
that?
have to look. I have.
What did you say? Invisibility? Is there anything that makes people disappear?
I will look. I will look. I will look.
That makes people slippery.
Slippery? Make people slippery.
Well, I mean, you can fit more people in Heidi's hole.
Oh god.
What about one that
I mean, in the building,
lets you
obviously.
spit
In the
fire
building.
from your mouth?
Squeeze them all in the building. You can all squeeze them
something
in
that's
Heidi's
I
hole.
don't know if I have anything like that or not.
Rails.
Okay.
I like
You
this.
can fit one more.
I like the
person in
idea of
Heidi's hole.
variety pack.
Get that oil out. You can fit another one in Heidi's hole.
Well,
I like to give a
I guess while
discount
they're,
bag. You just
I guess
get
while
what you
they're, I guess while they're discussing it all, I can look at stuff on the shelf and look for just the most interesting looking one.
there's a most interesting looking one.
That, like
I mean,
maybe is like a very unusual color that's not normal or something strange.
roll an investigation check. Sure.
Maybe one to change our appearance. That would be good.
That was a good one. Ooh, 22.
22.
Polyjuice.
You see one that's kind of the bluish hue to it, and it's got like a silvered filigree around the bottle with some kind of silvered stopper. Looks very unusual, and the blue is kind of bubbling.
I like this one.
Probably just frost giant strength.
That looks
We've
very
seen it
nice.
before. Would he recognize it? Would he recognize it as something that he's already taken?
I don't know if he would recognize it. I don't know. I don't. Maybe not. I don't.
That's
Maybe
an,
not.
yeah, that's an interesting precedent. If the
She
world
goes,
makes standardized potions.
She sees him looking up at the bottle. She says, "That makes you very, very fast."
I'll put it on the table. Well, this will be one of the ones we take.
That's 400 gold.
Ooh, damn.
Won't you find out about the health potions first?
Yeah.
Please.
Well, let's get a running
I have
total.
quite a
Let me
few potions of healing. They're about 50 gold apiece. I have a few potions of I think I have greater. Yes, I have a few greater healing potions. Not a lot. They're about 200 gold apiece. I could probably scrounge up a couple of superior healings, and those are. Let me see. Those are about Those are about 400 gold apiece as well. You know, I'd give you a bulk discount if you're interested.
Bulk discounts. We can wrap up all the healing potions.
Wrap up all of the healing potions.
Yeah, what do you got? 2 superior, 4.
Is the superiors really necessary? Like, really? Because what are the...
If you were down to 1 and one of those big worms was like on top of you, you'd pop one of
gonna,
those and you'd...
still going to drop you.
Well,
You know what I mean? Like, is the difference between greater and superior worth the extra money? I guess that's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
I don't know what the die is for.
We've run into problems
10,
with,
right?
with hit
Superior?
points.
Superior is how many?
10, I
D4?
think.
10 D4?
It's 10, right?
You're our cleric.
Superior.
Remember that.
Oh, I
was it 8?
Not cleric, but
I mean,
I'm a paladin.
yeah,
which
no,
is-
that's you.
I know that. Oh, I know.
Like we need healing potions.
Superior is 8d4 plus 8.
8d4 plus.
That's superior.
Yeah.
And what is greater? 4 D4?
4 D4,
It's double.
And then a regular is 2 D4.
It's 2d4.
Yeah.
Plus 4.
She says, I
2d4
have
plus
6
2, I think.
potions of healing readily available. That would be 300 gold. And you said you want the graders as well?
Sure.
The
much are the
graders, that would be another 400 for... I have 2
100
of them.
Or 200 each for those?
200 each for greater?
Yeah, and then
And
400
that's
for
44.
superior.
Yeah.
So let's not get the superiors.
I don't think the superior is worth the extra gold.
Okay.
Get whatever, something else fancy that we could use in a bind.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just like
Okay.
those 6 just to
Yeah.
keep. It's just to keep
All right, so
people
we'll save,
alive.
We'll save the money from the superiors and maybe get some of the more interesting potions.
Okay, very well.
Something to get us out of a jam if we get caught.
Did you want the potion of speed?
It's up to you, Simon. Think it's handy?
I think it would be
Haste on
handy
madness.
for somebody.
I don't know if it's speed or if it's
Yeah.
haste though.
Speed sounds like
Is what is the
Running.
I mean, yes, ask what it does. Because if it's haste,
Yeah, I'll ask-
haste on
yeah,
somebody
ask
like
her- ask her
Mattias
what it
is
does.
dangerous.
Does it just make one run really fast, or does it make somebody do more things?
It's equivalent of a haste for
Yeah.
1 minute.
oh wow.
I mean,
Wasn't expecting that.
imagine a haste on me
Yeah.
or Mattias.
Yeah.
You know,
No, I don't.
I'm just saying
Evil
that's
creatures.
get out of jail. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get out of jail. Go.
Yeah, so we'll take that one.
Okay.
I mean, see what else you have first. You know.
No, what we asked, I don't know what it is.
So we're up to 700 and then question mark on the other. Let me see what else I have. I mean, we have lots of different potions. Can you give me
I would like a potion to help you breathe underwater, if that's possible.
underwater? Let me see if I have something like that.
I never know. Do you remember when I fell in the water in the
I have
Spider
one of
Church?
I have one.
But you were already in the water. When are you gonna drink?
I have
When are you
one.
gonna drink it?
I could have drank it. The hole went down. I'm sure there was something down at the bottom of the hole.
I have one of those.
Oh, you got the one. Great.
Yeah.
You hold that
Mattias
on
has
me.
some stuff too. Sorry, Mattias, I'm gonna look at your potions just because I'm curious.
Okay.
He's got 2 oil of sharpness, and he's got a potion of fire giant strength. Sharpness ones are. I mean, you got to remember that you could always use them, but I don't know how much they really
Yeah.
do for us.
And we might. Maybe we should look for a stable while we're here. We left all our horses back at the slosh.
True.
It might expedite our journey slightly.
Yeah, we might need to fix that.
Water breathing. Call it. I do have a potion of water breathing.
Mind reading.
So you, I'll give it to you. You're buying so much, make it 180 gold.
Perfect. Throw it on the
I
tab.
had those.
Okay. And is that
Those from Cardability.
Oh yes, those were big.
No, that is surely expensive, even though she has it.
I also have a superior and a regular potion of healing.
Mind
Okay.
reading.
That was from Kartra.
Yeah,
How about that? How about mind
Nope,
reading?
I don't have them
You
anymore.
just broke it.
I just got rid of it. Just dropped it on the
Do you
floor.
want to be gigantic?
Cracked into a million pieces.
Did change size. Giants.
I'm sorry. What else are you looking for?
I think that's probably about enough for now, don't you? Yeah. That is fabulous. Unless there's something on the shelf that you think we just must have.
Must.
Adventurers.
Sell us on it.
Yeah.
Like I said,
This lady doesn't seem like she wants to sell anything. Heidi's just not a good
she's
salesperson.
like, yeah, I got some stuff.
This is life-changing money, right?
Yeah, I feel like 700 gold. You're like, that's great.
I make all these potions, but I don't want to part with them. Really, I kind of like them.
She's going on vacation for the rest of the year.
Just close up shop for the next winter.
It's like I'm a trust fund kid. I don't really need the money.
I just do this for the sun.
Damn it, Heidi. It's just a fun hobby.
Yeah.
My other job pays me a lot more.
Yeah.
I have a
Heidi holes out back.
Only holes.
I have a. Did you ever want to go to the Ethereum?
Oh God.
The ethereal plane?
Yes.
Definitely put that in with all the other ones.
Can we come back?
What?
We could be a ghost.
Get that one.
Okay. I don't know why I would want to do that, but my partner here tells me I must have it.
You can't speak to her. I'm telling her. Yeah.
Just pointing at potions. Yeah.
I mean, it's normally very expensive, but you're buying a lot here. I mean, it's probably about 800 gold for it.
That's what I would figure would be a good price.
Okay, very well.
What can you do on it?
Well, I mean, are you buying the potion of speed?
Yes.
Okay, so let me
We need the
figure this
speed.
all out. So,
So you drink that, and you become like invisible, but more than invisible. You're not.
so I mean, the total comes to 2,080. I mean, for the bulk, everything for 1,900. How does that sound?
Just give her 2,000.
It sounds
She's
good.
lovely. Give her 2,000.
What?
She said that it was 2,000 gold.
I can understand numbers. I'll give her. I'll give her 2,000.
Okay, very well. Don't drink them all at one time.
Especially the vitality ones.
Well, that sounds like a challenge if I ever heard.
If your vitality doesn't go away within 24 hours,
See a town medic.
seek a doctor.
I honestly thought that he meant something like a little blue pill or something like that. We do have those too. It's not normally an adventuring thing. Well, it is an adventuring thing, but it's not. It's a different type of adventure than what
I have never
like.
seen
This is
It's a
Heidi
journey.
selling. This is Heidi selling now. Yeah.
I have never seen Matthias out of his armor, let alone in the arms of a woman. So I don't know if the blue bottle.
Hopefully that new armor, if he takes that blue pill, has a little bit of a give in there. You know
There was
what
a
I mean?
time.
Perhaps.
There was a time a long
I'll
time
throw
ago.
it in for 50 gold.
Oh, fabulous.
Sure.
Well, you already paid an extra 100.
Oh, there you go. It's free.
All right.
Yeah, see
All
that?
right.
It'll last 8 hours, and it won't be able to stop.
It's awesome.
All right.
Let's
We'll make sure
let's
Matthias.
be
Like
careful.
Thaddeus
We'll
is
make sure
drinking.
Matthias enjoys
You
it.
can.
I'm frightened for the sheep.
We'll have to set him up. We won't let him. We won't let him know we gave it to him.
Yeah. Cut it in half and you powder it, or cut it in half and put it in his drink. He's not looking.
And we'll get that nice bar made.
Yep.
Okay, you guys make your purchases.
Yeah.
Adventure 4, you can do what you will with those. And then what do you guys do? Most of the day, it's probably midday by now. Your skinning is going along fine. You're making good progress. You set up a small campfire and a kind of a rack out of some branches and so forth to kind of dry stuff. You suspect it's going to take a little while to dry it out, though.
Yep.
Okay. Unless you do anything.
Oh, yeah. Those are the big boys. I don't know who wants those. You have a superior.
Yeah, I have a
right?
superior.
That's a
And
Marius, maybe?
I have 2 regulars
I
and
need a good one.
and a superior.
You take 2. You're on the front lines more than I am. I'll take the ethereal mist. Who's taking the speed?
Marius?
Marius or Born?
Yeah, you hold on to that for now.
Round 7 up.
I'll hold on to it. We can always just give that out to whoever
Yeah.
we think will use it the most.
Okay.
Let them try to take it from me.
I'm just gonna spend the rest of the day in my room looking
Okay.
at my book and.
Unless
stuff.
you guys do anything, the day passes uneventfully. You hear the sound of a raucous sound from down below. Borinth, you're in a reasonably safe place. You could still be getting your long rest out there. You're not like out in the wilds. You're actually in the equivalent of being in the city.
Okay.
I was in somebody's barn.
Okay.
Set up
so
shop.
you guys
Bought the sheep and stayed there.
Oh, I totally forgot we were supposed to bring the thing to the abbot.
Are we late? Are we late?
I think so.
The thing to the thing.
Quick, Will, let's run. Let's run.
What is this? I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
We left him hanging all day.
Yeah. I bet you'd like to see this super cool relic that nobody else
Get
has ever
everybody
seen.
together. We're coming tomorrow.
Yeah, well, definitely not.
The whole group is just hanging out waiting for us. Well, hey, better late than never. Let's get a couple drinks
Let's
and
go.
go over there.
You gotta leave them wanting more.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. This is a small
We'll take a
town
couple. We'll take a
comparatively,
couple.
too,
We'll take
you
a
know?
couple beers to go, and we'll walk over there.
All right, let's
This
go.
isn't Munich. This isn't Munich. We have star power. They don't.
You venture across the bridge and you make your way. You meander back up the hill toward the monastery, and the doors are open, and you go into the main chapel, if you will. And there are quite a few people sitting there. Some of them have actually passed out at this point on some of the benches and so
They're
forth.
all
And
here to
they see you. Not the main abbot, not Winkelsheim, but another abbot. We'll just say that it's Johannes Meyer. Sees you and comes quickly over to you and he says,
Apologies.
very
Apologies.
broken polemic, because that's what he knows you know. He says, welcome back. He looks to you, and I don't know if you understand what he's saying, but and then he turns to you and he goes, I will get von Winkelsheim. And then he runs back out and moves quickly. He doesn't run, he kind of moves quickly. And a few moments later, Abbot von Winkelsheim comes out, and he says, wow, welcome back.
Sorry for our late arrival.
We
We got a
appreciate you
little
bringing it.
sidetracked.
And he escorts you up to the front of the room, and he asks, everybody sort of gathers around, some of them sitting on benches. There's like rows behind rows of monks.
Put it on the dais.
I will put it there and unfold it.
You keep unfolding and unfolding and unfolding, and the eyes just grow larger and larger, and they're all kind of leaning in to look. And then
a beach towel at this point. It's in here. It's in here somewhere.
I forgot it.
It's wrapped in the shroud of Torin. Who knew?
Eventually, you expose it, and the look on their faces, like, and they're just staring at it. Some of them go to their knees. Others are just shock and disbelief, and just staring at it. And some you can see start to proselytize and bless themselves. Others just sort of start praying, and they're just in awe of it. And no one says anything. They just stare at it for what seems like an interminable amount of time. And then eventually von Winkelsheim says, thank you for bringing this again. I appreciate it.
Of course.
And if you want to peruse our library during the daylight, by all means come back.
Yes, I will. Tomorrow. We will be here a few more days.
Yep.
We're still waiting for one of our compatriots to join us. He's a couple days behind, I feel. I will be back tomorrow.
Very well.
Thank you.
You wrap it back up again. The crowd parts for you to leave. You can see them all bowing, as if they're saying, thank you for bringing this. And then you leave. You venture back down the hill, back down toward the tavern that you were staying at, and eventually you get back to the tavern. You venture back to your room, you said,
yeah.
and the rest of you, unless you're doing anything, the beer flows in the tavern hall and the night passes uneventfully. Borinth, with you out in the field, nothing in particular happens. The night passes uneventfully unless you're doing something.
Nope.
Okay. The next day comes food wafting from
I'll
below.
be right back. I just need to take care of something.
Sure. The food wafts from below. You guys have any plans during the day?
I will head back to the abbey to do some any kind of research I can on Guillaume and his crusade that they might have. But I think that would probably be the extent of what I'd be doing.
Okay. Roll an investigation check with disadvantage. I mean, you walk in, he escorts you into a room. It's not as large as, well, as some places you've been.
16.
16. It's not as large as a library as you thought it was going to be, but it's still fairly robust. There are quite a few actual scrolls, not as in magical scrolls, but texts that are in scroll-like form. And it takes you a while just to figure out how this is organized. And then eventually you start figuring it out. There's a couple other monks in there. They're doing their own research. And eventually you come across some texts about the Crusades themselves, and you start to delve through it. And you can tell that it's going to take you a little bit of time to plow through this information. Probably, if not the better part of the day, maybe a couple of days to plow through some of it.
That's okay with Simon.
Okay, so you spend the day doing that. Is anybody else doing anything else? Okay, Borinth, you're out there cooking your meat. You've probably got the basics of the cloak you were making. It was a cloak. You've probably got the basic shape.
Cloak.
A travel. You've got the basic shape of it down from the hides. You've woven them together. There's been some rain. You can collect some rainwater. You can wash it off if you want, make it a little bit cleaner. Yep. The inside of the hide, to the extent that you can with a knife, you've scraped off all the fats and you've got it down to the clean underside of the skin with the fur on the other side. Not fur, but the
use some of the animal fat, the tallow to waterproof it best I can. Make it nice, big, furry collar on it.
Okay.
Right. Yep.
Okay, so you continue to plot away. The day passes uneventfully. The next day comes around. You go back up to the library and you're plowing away through the books. Give me another investigation check with disadvantage, please.
Very good. I'm good.
21.
21. Okay. You seem to have narrowed down to the right shot group. You find some references to William of Beaujeu, and the master of the Knights Templar. While reading it, you come across a little bit of a text that it's written in French at this point. It's a part of it. Do you understand French?
That is one of my 11 languages, I think.
Okay. You quickly pick up. It says, "Aka repose Guillaume, le royal Anjou est décédé," which you know that means literally means "Aka rest Guillaume, the royal of Anjou died," and then you continue to read further, and a lot of it seems rather esoteric, talking about his life and so forth, and it's kind of irrelevant, and you continue to plod through it, and it takes up the better part of the day. Anything else you're doing?
The funny thing is I'm supposed to be able to speak a lot.
Okay.
Because my intelligence is real high. But
Is anybody else doing anything else on this day? Another day. Otherwise, just another day passes by.
Where'd it go?
No?
No.
Okay. So another day passes by, and what do you do the next day, Simon? You go back there?
Yeah.
Okay, you continue to plod away. And
I love books.
I love gold. Gold.
guess I can go and find out about horses.
How many days into our rest are you?
See what we're gonna do about that.
I can help you with
I think
that.
you're on day 4.
Yep.
Okay.
More to go.
Oh yeah, how many days? I forget how many days the blacksmith said he needed.
7, I believe.
Right?
5 for you.
5 for me. 7.
And you're on like the second
6 or
day.
7.
So it's like 6 or 7 to line up for you guys.
Yeah, we can go see about. Me and Mikolash can go see about horses when we're ready to get out of here.
Okay, so you guys go looking for...
We don't have any.
Okay. You very easily find a stable, and you're looking for just light riding horses at this juncture.
Yeah.
And they're... he says, how many do you want?
Oh, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6. And 50 gold apiece, 300 gold. Another 100 gold. I'll throw in saddles if you need saddles.
Yeah, riding gear. Okay. So with that figured out, I'll let them know we'll be back in a few days to like settle up.
Okay.
I go bareback.
Yeah, we only need 5 saddles.
Okay.
Just rip one of those up.
You just know
That's probably true.
from the past.
That's probably true.
For sure.
But my saddle needs to be like really plush and like soft. So that's like the equivalent of 2 saddles.
Yeah, one stack.
So like,
So you also ride side
Suspension
saddle
built
too.
in.
yeah, suspension.
You ride side saddle too, right?
It's like
Yeah, exactly. With my legs crossed.
it's like
Yeah.
a
I bet you like sweet
With an
beers.
umbrella.
And sweet beer. I love sweet beer.
It's like a picture like a city bus seat. Like the big driver's seat.
Yeah.
Everybody's on. Yeah. I'll stop there.
All right, so horses are figured out.
Horses.
So we have a way to get out of here and get to France.
That's good.
Yeah, we just got some stuff to wrap up and we're ready to leave.
Yeah.
If everyone else is good.
Yeah.
Do you need anything? You're good?
I shouldn't.
All right.
Mikolash is inside his head right now, so I doubt he's thinking about anything else.
You don't want a shiny new weapon? We gotta get like big
Some new
like
cloth to
metal.
wrap around your hands.
Gotta get like big metal
Brass
fists
knuckles.
made.
That'd be pretty cool, actually. Like gauntlets or something.
Brass knuckles built
Brass
in.
knuckles.
Built in.
Do they have
Yeah.
brass knuckles?
We
now?
might be able
Would
to.
that have been
We
thought
might
about?
be able
Oh,
to
yeah.
find you something for those
100%, right?
fists.
What's that?
They had things that would you
spike knuckles
consider
or
to
something
be
like
like
that.
brass knuckles.
Yeah, I guess. I
mean,
mean, think
that's-
so, but I don't know. Yeah, I guess so.
I feel like swords and stuff would have come in before like close range combat. That's why I'm just curious. I have no historical background for that. Though.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The so
I imagine
you
close range would be first.
Right.
And then eventually they'd figure out how to get further and further away from each other.
You know, I like that logic because that benefits
How
me.
far
so
away
like
can I
it.
be and still kill you?
Yeah. The spear is a great invention.
Yeah.
That was kind of first.
Yeah.
yeah, multi-purpose too. It's, you can throw it or you can stand off with it. Okay, eventually you come across a passage, Simon, where it talks about a siege at Acre, and where Vougeot was defending the walls of Acre, and it says he replied during the battle. He was trying to get his soldiers to continue to fight, but at one point he dropped his sword and he walked away, and his knights, his fellow knights, started getting upset with him. Where are you going? What are you doing? And he turned to them and he said, Je ne me fuis pas, je suis mort. Voici le coup. He said, I am not running away. I am dead. And he lifted his arm and he showed them the wound that showed that he was dead under his mail. And clearly there was fletching of an arrow that had pierced his body, and that was a mortal wound at this point.
Okay.
Eureka!
So he should have been. So he should have been dead in Acre. Acre, been buried there. But may have survived.
You've become a vampire.
Okay.
Okay.
There's no pictures of him, is there?
Any scribblings?
There's no drawing.
Yeah. He's got a TikTok.
He's not wearing this. He's not wearing this gold medallion, is he?
Not that I saw.
An artist on the scene described him as.
All right.
Okay.
Interesting.
You continue to plot away, but most of it's just very esoteric stuff about the battles to try and...
I kind of feel like I've hit the limit of what there is to find out in this.
Yeah. There's only one. There's only one book left you haven't read, and it's glowing.
Okay.
There's always tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. So, another day passes. The next day, Borinth, you continue to work away. Now it's starting to look really, really pretty darn good. You've tightened up all the seams on it really well, and it can look like whatever you want. And the rest of you, anything you guys are doing?
Oh, I want to go down to breakfast in the morning and see everybody. I'm beginning to worry about Borinth. He's usually not gone this long. He usually finds us.
It's true. It's been several days now, and he hasn't come back. I'm getting a little worried myself.
I mean, he was disturbed after the vigil by the waterfall and the funeral pyre. I'm sure he and Carter shared a god, but surely her death affected him more than all of us, I believe. But
I mean, like, we can ask around, see if anyone's seen him.
He's never gone this long.
Should we maybe look for him? Do you think he would want to be found?
He's pretty good at finding. I would say. I'd say if we don't see him, we need to press forward. He knows our destinations. He knows what we have in mind. I am back off to the abbey. I think I am almost at the end of what it has to offer me as far as any information concerning Guillaume and what we may be looking for, but there is always a chance that one more turn of the page will allow for a hint of some kind.
Have you found anything noteworthy so far?
Pretty much just what the abbot had said about the riddle about where he rests. Some about his demise upon the walls during a siege. He took an arrow in the crease of the armor under the armpit. Probably ran right through the heart and lungs. He wandered away from the walls, and perhaps I can learn more about where he was laid to rest and what happened after that. But we will see. Any luck finding horses?
Quite a few.
Oh, fabulous.
One for each member of the party. And 2 saddles for you.
Fabulous.
He was telling me you like saddles.
Yeah. The plusher the better. Someone of my stature is accustomed to. But, All right. Well, breakfast has been a joy, gentlemen. And I will see you in 6, 10, 12 hours. I'll head up to the abbey.
You go up to the abbey. Give me another investigation check, sir.
I'll take one of those.
Hide that die.
Yeah, right to jail. You can take another one. Who's it gonna be? Oh, come on!
That's actually impressive.
It is. It's getting impressive.
For the viewers at home, these are terrible rolls.
That'll be a 16.
16. You find a reference to not in the same tome, in a different tome. You find a reference to someone named Argrad.
Okay.
You read about it, and it says long ago he met someone named Karodi Itse, spelled Carodeejnice. Karodinitse. The two became lovers, yet he scorned her, keeping the theory that hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. She cursed him. To break the curse, he made a deal with Baphomet.
Great. Okay, continue. I'm sorry.
In Karodinitse's mind, Argrad wants her back. He just doesn't know it. But she wants something from him. She wants his heart. Literally.
Oh, Argrad, what are you up to?
Oh, man. That's too much for me to handle. I need to go back and hang out with those monks.
The sweet beard calls to me.
Yeah, it does now. Wow. Okay. I'll sit there a while in contemplation and slowly gather my things.
You ponder it. You gather in the quiet of the monastery. You gather your stuff and ponder these thoughts as the sun is setting off in the distance.
I'll head out of the abbey, start my way back, and probably end up about halfway on the bridge, just staring down the river for a while.
You hear the water lap away as you ponder your thoughts, and the sun slowly goes down.
Is he down by the river anywhere near where I'm happen to be staying?
The river just kind of straddles, the town kind of straddles the river. I assumed you'd be off away
Yeah, I
from
wasn't sure
it.
where.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you probably
Okay.
don't see him.
Yeah, I'll just watch the sunset. And
I mean, you see people moving around, and you probably see figures moving around in the town, but I don't know, depending how far away you are.
Once you know what I'm making is finished, or while I'm working on it, I'm gonna make like a little bit of a, because I know I do have quite a bit of meat with me.
Say
so I'm gonna create like a, like take two like long, smaller tree trunks and kind of bind them together, almost like a little sled for me to make like a little rack so I can pull it behind me. Take some other rope that I have and just tie it around, just so that I can pull it through the town a little. I'm a big guy, I could.
I'm not arguing that you could pull it. So you probably take some branches and turn them into, rather than a tree trunk trying to haul.
I'm thinking like, you know what I mean? It's like you make it like a.
You're gonna kind of carve it out.
Well, just
like
and then lash them together at the top, and then put some branches across, make a little sled for me to pull it.
Absolutely, and you kind of hollow it out. You take a large log, and you find a tree that's actually already down, and you can you break off, chop down the ends and hollow it out a bit, and kind of level off the bottom, and using your axe, you kind of cut some holes. And you can put some rope through it and make shoulder straps for yourself to pull it and dump the rest into it. It's a little bit on the heavy side, but it's makeshift and it'll do.
And I'm using it as like for my training montage.
Okay.
Doing my lifts, I'm getting a little bit more my
some Philadelphia song plays in the background.
Working on my strength work to keep it up.
Okay.
And whatever scraps of leather I have and stuff, I'm going to sharpen up some of my equipment. And once everything is set and ready to go, I'm I'm gonna start heading into town to start looking for everyone.
Okay, well, it's probably early evening, and I mean nothing unless you're looking to make it somehow ornate. Everything's done. So you're wearing this sheep.
I'm not wearing it.
Oh, okay.
I have it wrapped up. I have it like bundled up.
Okay.
You know, yeah, I just have it bundled up with some of the.
You've got all the meat kind of in this log-like canoe, flat-bottomed canoe thing that you've made, and you've got shoulder straps with rope, and you're dragging it behind you, and you can easily walk right into town.
Okay.
Some people look at you
I was gonna
a
say,
little
look
more
you're
than
getting.
askew.
And
I
then
mean,
I
I'm
look
assuming
at
you
them
have the meat
extra long.
covered up with like
I
with
got-
something.
Yeah, it's wrapped up.
But still, I mean, this mountain man coming out dragging a log with a sheep thing, not like wearing it, but kind of.
It's just wrapped up. It's like bundled up and tied up.
I mean, you look very rustic.
up.
You look like very rustic.
Okay. If
compared
anybody
to-
stares at me, I'm gonna stare back at them really
They
intensely.
can
don't
smell you before
If
they
they
see you.
stare at you, they
They hear you
quickly
before they smell you.
Yeah.
their eyes quickly shift away.
Cool.
Okay, and you very easily walk right into town. You see 3 taverns on this side of the street. You walk into this town, and you're on an. There's no wall on this side of it, and you can see up ahead. There's a bridge that crosses over to the walled side of the town. On this side, it's fairly easygoing terrain. You can see a large, broad river about midway through the town, just past where you are at the moment, and then on the other side is a hill. And the other side of the terrain looks like it's pretty rugged and rough going at this.
Okay.
If you were to continue.
But I'm in an area where there's like 3 taverns.
Yep.
I'm just
They're
gonna kinda
relatively
stop right
close
in-
proximity to
I'm
each
gonna
other.
stop right in the middle.
Okay.
Like right in the middle. And just look around.
I was thinking the same thing.
Just screaming the entire like until somebody shows up.
The closest champion. The closest one on the right, there's a wooden sign hanging from an iron hanger that depicts an ancient warrior with a smile, wearing a banded armor and a helmet with a large red crest. His left hand rests on the pommel of a short sword, a short, broad sword. In his right hand is a foaming mug raised in the air. The next sign up, slightly further up on the left-hand side, a wooden sign. I know you don't read. It has words above it. A wooden sign hanging from an iron hanger depicts a mug superimposed on deep, dark pine trees. And then, fairly close to the bridge, up ahead on the right-hand side, there's a wooden sign hanging from an iron hanger that depicts the bridge you see in the distance.
Which one would they go into? I feel like it's door A, B, or C. 1, 2, and 3. I feel like Mattias would go in the one with the bridge. I feel like Balder would go in the first one because I had a dude with a sword. I feel like that's where Balder would go.
I like how you deduce this.
I'm just thinking about which one would they go in? And I feel like I'm starting to get restless. It's taking me a long time. I can't decide. Can't decide what to do. So I'm just gonna reach down and
Hit the horn.
in the middle of the street.
That's awesome.
Simon, you hear that? It's boring.
Out of my
Just
poker for on
stand
the
there
bridge.
and wait.
That's his horn.
What's this horn? What is that sound?
And I'll come right out of the bar and look.
Is it
at where I
raining by
heard
any
it.
chance?
It's
tag on
lightly raining.
That's awesome. That makes it even better. That's even more
There's a little
awesome.
bit of fog coming up from the river.
Just standing there in the middle of the street, just like
I'll just look
you
through
see
the
a
crowd. I'll look
big-
through the crowd. See
There's
if I
really
see
no
him.
crowd. It's
Yeah,
just,
I feel like
just
him.
him.
I feel like
hulking map
street.
in the
It's a
center.
darkening street.
Gotcha.
A little bit of fog from the river rising up because there's very little wind. There's a light drizzle falling. There's some lights up and down the street from some of the stores that are still open for the time being, and there's no street lamps per se, but there are some hanging lights outside of the 3 establishments in that grayish night with the yellow glow. You see this hulking figure that you recognize
hood is up
pulling pulling a large log.
Yeah. On one shoulder, and on the other shoulder have a big bundle on the other side. So I'm just standing in the middle of the street. It look gigantic.
I'll just scream, "Boring!" Start running in slow motion.
Everything's moving normally. You're just running in slow motion.
Rain just coming down.
Okay.
Well, I'll put my arm out. My friend.
Where have you been?
I've been out in the woods. Gathered some supplies for us. I know we got a long road ahead.
All right.
Had to do my training regiment. Keep my mass up.
Is everything okay? Have you found
Everything
peace?
is good. Well, I found enough. Peace. I'm ready to move
Well,
on.
you'll be good to know we're almost ready to go here. We have everything lined up. I don't know if there's anything you need to take care of while you're here. It looks like you've got plenty of supplies already.
Well, give me a hand bringing some of the supplies
I'll
in.
grab some
and
of it.
then I do have something that I need to take care of, but I gotta talk to Simon.
Well, come. We're in the first bar over here.
The one with the sword, right?
Yes.
I knew it! I was gonna pick that one. I said Balder would go to the one with the sword. Because he's a badass.
Closest one to get beer, right? No
Yeah.
reason to walk any further.
There is no reason, right? That's why I figured. I had no reason to walk any further. Okay. Should have went with my gut. I mean, I think I just woke up the whole neighborhood.
There's like that one person. Shut up!
Yeah.
Just pick a tavern already.
All right, I'll follow in. Where's Simon at?
Did I hear the horn from the bridge?
I'm sure you would have heard it. You'd probably be hard pressed not to
I'll
hear
probably
it
come wandering up just
within a mile.
a couple minutes later. I walk up behind Borinth and I grab a pine cone out of his hair. You brought something back with you.
I turn around real fast with my hammer. Stop right by his head. Don't creep up on a man and steal his pine cones.
I picture the log kind of stumbles a bit after you turn.
What's with the meat log?
Well, all we need from food for the road, right? You guys don't want to be, starving out there.
Where did you get all that food?
I mean, I
Killed it. Made it.
I mean, we have rations.
Rations. Like, I'm tired of stinking rations. Go on the road, we're eating rations.
Where did you get it?
I slaughtered it.
You stole some farmers' pigs and just killed them?
I'm a representative of the Champions of the Sun. I don't steal anything.
Oh, good.
All right.
Oh, does that come with the territory?
Yes.
No.
Yes. You don't cross it. I'm not okay with stealing. But I'm totally cool with killing.
Like half.
So
I have
the
something.
sun rises and sets. You just,
I have something for
depending
you,
on the day.
but I need you to do me a favor.
There's very specific
go inside and
lines
I'll
that we
explain to
draw on this thing.
All right, it's time for a drink. You've been gone.
Yeah.
Too long.
I could use a drink.
Maybe you leave the meat log outside.
What if someone steals it?
I don't know how.
The law. We'll take everything in.
I don't know if he wants the whole log inside.
No. Just we'll take the supplies in.
Oh.
You guys have a room or something?
Yeah, we have
All right.
4 rooms.
It's just a couple. It's just a couple.
Okay.
The
wrapped
meats
up.
look tried, you know.
All right.
The meats are good.
Doesn't
All
seem
right.
like it'll go bad.
You take it on in.
Okay.
They look
Oh,
kinda
let's
good,
go in.
actually.
Find a table.
I have learned some disturbing things also.
Okay, you can fill
But
me in.
first, let's.
Yeah.
Try some of the meat. No, go on.
What is it that you need from me, Paul?
Well, let's go have a seat. Let's go have a seat.
You go inside. You find a place in a table in a corner, and the barkeep. Balder, I don't think you've been in here before.
Boring.
Boring.
He's back for 1 minute.
Yeah.
I know.
As you walk in, you see
couldn't you have just stayed away?
The Balderin.
You see a large slice or wedge of a massive, tough green pine tree sits in the middle of the room. It's about probably around 5 feet in diameter and about 4 feet high. It's got spikes pounded into it. And the innkeep recognizes the rest of you and says, "Guten Abend," and
Guten Abend.
Guten Abend. And you guys there's a table over in a corner, and you can easily go take a. And he's bringing over drinks, and he goes, he says to you in German, and you understand German. Do you want the Hammerschlagen or something else?
Ah, for him? Hammerschlagen.
What is that? What is the Hammerschlagen?
You want
Would I know what it is?
5.
You should
5.
A drink?
1,
a
2,
drink or is
3,
it
4,
food?
5. Drink.
Drink.
It's technically a game that you should try. It's fun.
Well, if you want to do the game, then do the drink while you do the game. But if you just want to drink, just do the
They
drink.
get you with that.
I'm not in the
if
mood
you order
for
drinks, then you
games.
play the game. You have to pay again. They get
just
you
the
that
drink.
way.
I'll take one. I'll take one drink.
Okay, he brings over one. Five mugs,
1,
5
2,
gold,
3, 4, 5. 5.
5 mugs of Hammerschlagen. Everybody roll a con save.
There goes our night.
Don't hang out with Simon. That's the
I like
25.
25. The drink is just awesome.
28.
28.
Strong rolls for everyone. 11.
11. Everyone, Marius, what did you roll?
23.
23. Everybody but Mikolash loses 2 to all attributes. Mikolash uses 4 to all attributes. But it is a terrific tasting drink.
Relax.
It is an absolutely fabulous tasting drink.
It's good for you. Feels good.
This is not
That's
as
good.
sweet
It's been
as the other
Or
one.
it's stronger than it was last time.
Doesn't feel as strong to me. It feels a little weaker than last time.
Did they
So,
get more than you did?
What were you doing out?
I have
out
something.
there?
I have
You-
something for you.
For me?
Yeah. You. Yeah. I was gonna take it. I'll grab out the rolled up cloak that I have, and I'll put it on the table. Push it over to him. And it's an outer cloak. I know we're not going into the season right now, but I was really taken back by the way you gave up your cloak to cover up Kartra, and I feel like a part of us went with her with that. So I felt I'd like to show you my appreciation. I made this,
Well, thank you very much.
so and I open it up, and it's like a sheepskin cloak. It's thin enough, and then the inside is sheepskin, like wool fur, on the inside.
This is what you were doing.
And then the outside is like the sheepskin leather, and it's been tanned and it's been kind of sealed with tallow, and it has like a hood that comes up that's all like all wool, It's an outer cloak for the next time we have to make passes through the. And I know we're gonna be heading north eventually. You may want it. But yeah, I was moved by the way how selfless and
thank you
the way you were.
very much.
But I do have a favor to ask of you. So,
anything.
Kartra had this item on her, and I just want to know if it's magical, if you are able to figure that out. I'm going to take out the wooden statue that Kartra had.
Loaded?
Yeah, it was like a little carved wooden statue
okay.
that Kartra had. And I'm just going to kind of push it over to him and just say, I just want to know. Is this just something that Kartra made? Is this something that has some sort of magical effect? Maybe this is what she was using to draw some of her power from. I don't know. I just thought it was peculiar.
Well, give me some time with it.
Sure, yeah.
I'll slowly cast detect magic. See if it shows any signs of.
It does. It glows. It doesn't glow strong, but it glows magical.
There is something there. I cannot pinpoint it. Something almost tells me that it's a piece of her inside of there.
Tom, do you remember how big it was?
It doesn't ring true with any form of magic that I am familiar with, but It shows to my eye.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna find a way.
I've spent a lot of time studying the arcane, and I know that. But recently, with Kocha, I have seen a world of holiness and the power that can bestow on things. I never put much credence into it, but perhaps this is much like a spearhead. It is a small relic
Right.
of what she was.
For some reason, when I have it, I just feel hope. It's the only way that I can describe it.
I would keep it close to you.
I will.
Cheers.
I will. Cheers. I was thinking while I was
For
out.
now absent friends.
I was thinking while I was out there, is that we haven't had a visitor from our friend in a while. You know that little feeling you get over your shoulder. I haven't felt that in a while.
You're right.
And I wonder why that is. But even so, I was thinking how is, or if there is a way that we could prevent that from happening again. You know, I'd imagine if someone's able to do something like that, that somebody would be able to, that somebody had thought of a way to prevent it.
Most likely,
Spying on
some
us.
sort of
Oh.
prevention of scrying.
Oh, you didn't mean actual visitors. I get it.
Yeah.
Well, we have had visitors appear out of thin air
Right.
before.
Usually around the time where we have that feeling of, hey, somebody's watching us.
Sometimes Bourne forgets. We have a lot of new people.
Very drama.
Well, if he is watching us, I don't want to say, you know.
Yeah.
I do not know
What you got? What you got, Mattias? You got some for the rest of us?
Holding out on us?
Sounds
Putting
yummy.
something away.
Oh,
It sounds like his armor is crumpling around him.
He's being crushed.
tin foil. I was just thinking maybe we should start looking into a way, maybe preventing it.
I know no ways of
Part of the spell.
preventing
Shiny
it. I
armor
know
just keeps shrinking.
I know
Little by little.
there are ways for us to look upon him and what he is doing. I have not learned that, but
It's cursed.
with the medallion that Balder has, if I was able to find
It would be stronger. or
the
something.
appropriate materials, or if we were able to find somebody that could
Yeah.
do this on their own besides me, it may allow us to see into his plans
Yeah.
or
Sure.
what he's doing.
Do you think there's someone who can do that without getting killed?
Well,
What if?
Because that was some pretty heavy stuff.
yeah, the last time you almost didn't make it out. You and Morton almost died. I feel I think it was that look into that fiendish abyss that drove Morton out of our company. It's after he held that medallion in his hand. We didn't see from him again.
No, you're right.
So, somebody with enough grace may be able to withstand the effects. Ghazi is a powerful being. Will he know we are looking in on him? Perhaps, perhaps not.
Right now, I feel more concerned
I
about
can see
him looking in
one
on
of
us.
two situations arising in that situation. On the one hand, he is a powerful sorcerer, and he might notice right away. On the other, he might not be expecting anyone to even try. Meaning that his guard might be down.
Very
Well,
true. Very
Which he's right, because we don't have the ability to do it right now anyway.
yes.
Well, he doesn't. He doesn't
But
know who I am.
not even just whether or not
No.
people are able, but whether they would be willing to
But you were with us, so if he's watching us, he might have eyes on you.
Is he always
attempt
watching?
the audacity
Sometimes.
of spying on me.
He has minions that may be about. Who knows?
We haven't.
Morton ran into trouble when he tried to directly identify the medallion and see what it did. That actually, I believe it almost linked him with Ghazi. I don't know.
It almost killed.
So what else have you learned while you've been here? What else you guys been up to?
Well, we spoke to the local to the abbot.
Very nice people, the monks over there. Very nice. They make great beer.
Mikolash has found his place with these men. Yeah.
So you staying?
I'm a student of the path.
You staying or you coming?
I think my path carries me on a journey farther than here. I feel maybe Avignon might have answers for me. But this is a stepping stone.
We were left with a riddle regarding the demon killer spear that we were trying to create, and the Knights Templar Guillaume, he was the leader. He died in Acre. We have reason to believe that he may in fact be the vampire Argod.
The one that we met? It's the blue one. Is he blue? He had blue hair?
I think so.
Blue hair.
Yeah. I think so. In the tavern.
I always have to kill people who have blue hair.
Someone else. There's someone else.
The passages in the tomb relate to Guillaume's sin.
Thank you. Just click OK.
I found other passages regarding Argard and a lover.
That name just makes me nervous. I'm gonna look around and see if I spot anything because I can see invisible.
Well, if you can see, if he is following us,
Just gonna check the rafters of the place.
Yes.
Just look around and see if
definitely
anything
Have you been
out of place.
ambushed from the
What was
rafters?
what did you uncover about him and this lover of his?
well, the lover is convinced that Argard is convinced that the lover wants him, but all the lover wants is his heart, his actual heart. I have the name of. I found the name of the lover in the book. Let me look at my notes. Her name, Cardacine, I believe her name was.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to look further into it, but the tombs here don't offer much more than that.
Gotcha.
If Argard is Guillaume,
What does she want with his heart?
I do not. She just wants it.
Well, perhaps we can ask him. Ask him in person.
If we can find him, do you have a way of contacting him?
I don't know how to contact him, but I can see him.
If you
Or
say his-
other,
If you say his
beings.
name 3 times, maybe.
Argard.
Well,
So I'm gonna scan the place
In
and
a
see if I
mirror.
see anything invisible, anything hiding.
I just remembered.
I said he was cursed.
First time I encountered Argrad.
Oh, you mean when you killed his whole family?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the first time you speak out?
You murdered him? Everyone that you know?
When I killed everybody he loved.
What an
No, I don't think that was it.
Didn't we burn his whole house down with his whole family in there?
No, that was the second time.
Oh, that was the second time we saw him.
Great, we want this guy to help us. He helped us recently.
The first time was when we were in a village in either Germany or Hungary. And he turned a young woman who we saw with him later.
Yes, okay.
I mean, that's what vampires do, right?
Yes, but the language about this lover, it makes me curious.
Yeah, there appears to be a lot he did not. He
Well,
didn't mention.
it's the timing of this. He's a vampire. He could be around for a really, really long time, right?
Yes.
I mean, how long ago was
Yes,
this
but-
lover and the whole thingy with the heart? And if she wanted his heart, why would he turn her? I mean, it kind of doesn't make sense because, I mean,
Or maybe it's
now
a-
she can
was
try
he-
to kill him
was
for
he
the rest
not-
of his.
Was he even a
existence.
vampire then?
Right.
Maybe the heart has something to do with vampirism.
I have no idea.
I'm just throwing stuff out. I'm just trying to connect the dots. This is all so much for my head.
What would you need with a vampire heart?
Well, a lot of Romanian folklore about vampires.
Well-
There's a stake through the heart, it'll kill you. So maybe taking the heart and keeping it somewhere you can't die.
Oh, maybe he becomes a prisoner?
I'm not an expert in vampiric lore, but
Holding
the one
someone's
thing I
heart
can think
hostage.
of is perhaps it is believed in some circles that the heart can be used in some way to cure the vampiric condition.
I feel like we're just making stuff up now.
I kind of made that up.
I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
I think that was
Like
I think
said,
that was
I
the
don't
story of
know
Dracula.
vampiric lore.
Yeah.
All I know
Keep
is
his
that
heart in
they're
a box, and
terrifying.
he's your prisoner forever.
The man, I mean, he nearly killed me the first time I met him.
I don't know if the story of Dracula's happened yet.
He did help us the last
We're
time
close.
that we saw him.
We're close.
I think Vlad comes.
I
I think
don't-
we have.
I
he
don't
doesn't
know
want-
that.
He
I
doesn't
don't
want
know that
guys
he
also
helped
known as
us.
Dracula.
He helped himself
Right, but we have mutual goals.
to some extent.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
do I see anything?
We both want Ghazi dead.
Anybody? Invisible beings? Anybody?
Roll an investigation check.
Now, we had a question.
For these things.
Why did
Was
you
this
want
thing
to
about
told us to
our
go
grand-
natural
forward?
20.
Is this a vampire?
Natural 20.
Yeah.
You see
After.
Aldrich over in the corner, slicing someone's purse open.
Oh, really?
And the coin slowly.
What's Aldrich's
dropping
last
out.
name? Do we know Aldrich's last name?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I'm gonna yell out, Aldrich!
People look around like,
Keep your hands to yourself.
Way to blow his cover, bro.
We don't do that here.
I'll shoot off some prestidigitation fireworks
Yeah.
to try to distract people the other
Can
way.
you make a big neon light, a big neon sign with the hands going?
No, I'm trying to save his cover. You're trying to blow
I'm
his
trying to
cover.
blow his cover.
he's really mean to our friends.
I would presume that Argrad is his name after
Yes.
his death of
Yes.
Guillaume. And Argrad is,
Guillaume is buried,
Yeah.
supposedly. Somebody is buried,
well,
right? It's
Okay.
if we are presuming that he is the vampire, then that's
Yeah.
his name before and
Yeah.
his name after.
Mm-hmm.
Or if not, somebody, maybe that person.
So this thing you
form,
just read
that person
About
is
the
gone.
lover
is
is
about a life he
after.
lived as a vampire.
afterwards, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
At some point.
So now someone is after his heart, or was.
Or still is.
Matthias may have killed her.
That's good though.
She might already be gone.
Aren't we all looking for love in all the wrong places?
Actually, I blame Matthias. It might have been the cleric.
Nobody else probably even knows that song, Tom. The two. We're probably the only
It
two.
was
Thank you.
Jonas who started that fire.
Yes, I believe Jumnus was the one who tried to smoke out the vampires and burn them all.
All I hear is you blaming everything on Jonas.
You're right, he's not here to
There is
defend
a
himself.
lot. When you look back across the annals of our story, you will indeed find that there are a great many fires being set. Not always by us, but generally in our vicinity.
That's why Simon fits
It's a
in
very
so well.
disturbing
Yeah.
trend.
And only like 20% are put out. The rest are just left to burn.
Well, in our defense, the one in that village in Serbia was in the middle of a siege by the Janissaries.
Hey man, it's the thought that counts, right? I mean, come on. Yeah. We're trying to do good.
Yeah, we're trying to do good.
We're making our way in the world. We have
Sometimes-
no idea. We
sometimes
don't get a handbook.
Sometimes a full purge is what you need.
Yeah,
You
we don't
start
get
over.
like a handbook that tells us how to be good and how to be bad. And I mean, we know that stealing things from people in in the shadows is not good.
Yes, at
We
least
know
burn them
this.
first.
Mass fires, questionable.
I mean, what if that person that he's stealing from it
wait,
has a
mass
family?
He's like
Mass
he's like adjusting his
Yeah,
morals
yeah,
as he like learns what's acceptable.
Okay,
What
so
if
they
that lady
steal, but
he's
they can
stealing
set
from has a
fires.
family and little kids trying to feed? And
It's like I
here
told
comes
you.
in this guy comes in and steals, and he's got plenty of gold.
But what if that woman stole to feed her family? Then it's another moral imperative.
But either way, the family's
like-
going to starve now.
It's like I said, Mikolash, we walk a very fine, jagged line that we don't cross.
Even if she stole to feed her family, if we steal from her, then her family, the stealing, the original stealing was in vain.
Every now and then you can scrape it out and draw it over there.
The end must justify the means.
See, I stole a lot, but I did it for myself. I didn't have a family. Am I a bad guy? No, because I
Yes.
didn't steal for others.
Yes, you are. Yeah, you should have some talk to your monk friends.
Yes, he does
Maybe
have.
they can put you on the straight and narrow.
He
They
has
tried. I'm doing better. I feel.
for someone
Oh,
who
that's
wears everything he owns. He has a very weird thing about stealing other people's possessions. Everything else is okay. Stealing from people is not very. He doesn't like it.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I had my
Everybody-
freedom stolen from me.
Everybody has
My
boundaries.
family had their home stolen from them. They call it symbolism or something. I don't know what that really means, but
We're not laughing
Well,
at
I
you.
mean, that got
what was in this stuff? Wow, I said a big word. Yeah, it's this drink.
I told you it's good. You want to play the game now?
No. I'm not in the mood for games.
All right.
I feel like beating something up though, but I'm just
That's
still
the game.
Still so sore.
That's the game.
I'm just sore. I was training, trying to get my
Well, there's
strength up.
always, the,
out on the-
well, there's
out on
always
the-
the option for a good old-fashioned bar fight.
No.
All right, instead
Not
of
feeling
games,
it.
how about you try to drive that stake through that tree trunk? Get some anger out.
I mean, there's probably no way he could even do that.
Probably not. He's not probably
I
not
doubt
trying.
it, because Balder could only get it in, what, you did it in 4 shots? It'll probably take Bond at least 7.
Oh, 'cause
Probably
I
right.
get what you're saying because he's so strong and comparatively he's also strong.
How
but not
dare
as-
you!
I understand.
You guys are so trying to ruin my long rest. You're so trying to ruin my long
I would
rest.
say maybe 5.
I don't think that ruins a
Giving him
long
the
rest.
benefit
Will
of
that
the
ruin my
doubt.
long rest?
I don't know.
You carved
guess
like
that's
a log toboggan out of a tree.
And out of,
I feel
out
like
of
we're getting
character. Talk. I don't think so. Because that happened during our long rest.
Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay. I know I'm metagaming, but I don't want to ruin my long rest. Just to drive a spike into a tree.
No, it's
It's
just,
just a
it,
game.
it wouldn't. It's just a party game.
It's a party game.
Okay. I'll go up
But
to
it's
it
up
and
to you.
give it a big hammer hit. I don't know. How does this work? Do I just go up to it and just hit
You
the
gotta
spike?
find somebody to play with.
And
Balder.
you have to drink.
I choose
Yeah,
Balder.
great.
You have
Oh,
to
I'm not
drink.
doing that.
I choose Balder.
I'm not doing that again.
I guess we'll both go.
Yeah.
What was the drink? The hammer.
Hammerschlagen.
Can I use my
Hans
hammer?
Krieger
Use
says,
my hammer,
"Oh,
right?
are you going to play?"
Let's go for it.
Let's do it.
Okay. Are you putting? It's just the two of you? Is there anyone else joining you?
Does anyone else want to join?
Yeah!
That's a man I've never met before. Would like to join.
Three
Sounds like
spikes.
you got anybody else?
I'll go.
Mattias too.
Mattias, 4 spikes. Oh, okay.
Well, everyone's doing
The
it.
Hammerschlagen's on the house. This should be good. The crowd that was
Everyone.
quiet now is like thrumming and waiting to see.
You're looking at the spike going.
And he hands each of you a spike. And he goes, "You remember how to play?"
Practicing the technique.
To play, each player's got
I
their
want you to
own
get it in one
spike. The player must drink a full mug of Hammerschlagen and then swing the provided Hammerschlagen hammer to pound the spike into the tree wedge. The players then take turns drinking and swinging the hammer. And the player who gets their spike the deepest into the tree, wedged in the shortest number of blows, and who is still standing wins.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do we start this off?
We drink.
You would show.
Is that how it starts?
You drink.
Okay. Drink.
Cheers.
Cheers. You drink.
What do we do?
Okay, roll. You have to pass the hammer around. It's just a standard hammer. And but it's engraved. This hammer is engraved with waves and designs, and very ornate and looks like a giant mug at one end. And you pass it around. You take a drink. Roll a con save.
Oh yeah, 26.
21.
10.
10 minus, okay,
24.
24. If you rolled above a 20, minus 2, 20 or above, minus 2 to all attributes. 4.
I pass out.
Okay, minus 4. You get minus 4. If
Wait a minute, so
any attribute falls to 0, you pass out.
Yeah, if anything goes to 0, you're gonna pass out, and you're just minus 2.
Oh, okay. Attribute. Okay.
Attribute. So all your attributes. It goes minus 4 or minus 2 against all 6 attributes.
Yeah, so they're just gonna go down a modifier every time, or 2. If
Yeah.
you fail.
So obviously you.
If you fail.
Oh,
Okay.
there's no way I'm gonna last long because I'm stupid.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. I
I'm already
Okay.
down to a 6.
It's okay. I have no charisma.
Roll to hit.
You just got a crit on the hammer strikes.
Natural
No.
20.
That's just like that. You just got a crit.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
What are we adding?
Super
What-
crit.
You add your strength, whatever your now modified strength is, and proficiency if you have proficiency, obviously with
I
strength.
don't know how to do these plus.
Well, what's your strength?
Well, if it's a plus
It
5,
was
now
plus
it's a
5.
plus 4.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
Minus
are we
2.
we're talking
You're
about the
consistently tallying all
plus
your attributes.
score gets lowered too?
No,
Well,
your
the
number
attribute
gets
gets
lower, but
lowered,
you're going to
so
go
which-
down 1 plus every time.
Oh, you go down 1
It's
plus
by-
every time.
Two.
It's
if
by
you fail your
2s
con.
or 4s.
Gotcha.
So 1
okay.
or 2 points.
Okay.
So
Okay.
instead of a 5 down that, you'll add a 4.
Simon, are you
Plus
still
your
up?
proficiency.
I am.
What'd you roll to hit?
I'm gonna go a little outside the box, and I'm going to cast Bigby's hand.
Yeah.
But you gotta-
But were you going to use it to swing the hammer, or you? Okay, yeah, you can do that. But you got to use the hammer. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a 10.1 pound.
I imagine it. Is it like on your hand? Like is it like phased on perfectly?
That'd be cool. Just keep
21
it right here.
Yeah, right.
21 hits. Roll your damage with the hammer.
What is it?
D8 plus the strength bonus. So obviously, whatever Big B's hand strength bonus
11.
is. 11. Okay. Ryan, roll. You did hit, correct?
Natural 20.
Natural 20. So pull a critical card.
Double damage.
Okay.
That's actually great for
Roll
this
your
game.
damage. D8 plus your strength
Here I
bonus.
am blowing
Okay,
spell slots, trying to win.
What is that? 16 plus, well, doubled, so 32.
Okay.
32. Yours goes in about a third of the way. Bam! Mikolash passes out.
Yeah, we hear you.
Barinth.
Hang on, Mattias. Hang on.
Hang on, Mattias. We'll get to you in a moment.
Did it minus 4? make you
19 to
pass
hit.
19
Minus 4
hits.
made
You
pass out?
hit.
The second.
You slam into a D8 plus your modified strength bonus. 8 points. Amazingly, Simon glances over at Borinth's spike, and Simon proudly grins from ear to ear that his went deeper on the first blow. Mattias, did you roll to hit?
My con save, it was a 25.
25, you saved.
cheated. I've had
So you're
practice.
minus 2 to all attributes. Roll to swing the hammer. The hammer gets passed over to you to swing. The innate beer mug Hammerschlagen hammer.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Somebody pull a crit card for him.
Triple damage.
Triple
I
damage.
want.
So D8 plus your strength bonus. Your strength, roll a D8 plus your strength bonus tripled.
Great
Okay,
card.
that's
Great card.
a 33 total.
33.
What?
Borinth and
Did you minus your strength attribute by 2 before you did that?
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
Simon, the hammer gets passed to you.
Madness!
You got a drink. Everybody's got a drink. DC 20 con save. 20 or above and minus 2 to all attributes. Mikolash
So your
is
con is lowered.
Con is lowered as well.
4, 5, 6. I got 1 left.
22.
I did not make that con.
I'm down to
25.
2. I got 2 strength left, but I'm still in there.
I have 1 charisma.
21.
Okay, so just minus 2.
I got 2 strength and 2
So
charisma
you drop
left.
I got 1
minus
charisma.
2 to all attributes.
the other
Simon
ones are fine.
swings away.
19 to hit.
19 hits. Roll your damage.
It's going to be an 11.
That'll be 10 points.
10. It's about 1/4 of the way in. Ryan, Balder, swing away.
18 to hit.
18 hits.
Okay, and then I'm only gonna add 7. So we got 7, 8, 9.
9. It's just a little over 40% of the way sunk into into the tree trunk. Mikolash drools on himself over in the corner. Corinth.
I just slap him real hard.
Just adding strength, right? On the hit?
Trying to give you the
Proficiency.
hammer.
You've got proficiency in strength.
Oh, okay. Okay.
If you're proficient in strength, which I'm sure you are.
Yeah. Oh, I wasn't adding. Okay, I didn't know to add my.
Well, you hit it. You did it.
18.
18 hits. You're weaving, but the stake slams into it. Roll your damage.
So, and I'm adding my
D8 plus your modified strength bonus.
Okay. So it's 8, 19, 11.
11 more. It goes deeper in. It's amazingly, Zymon's is still just slightly deeper in.
I can't possibly do any more.
Zymon
Because I rolled an 8 and I have plus 3.
Don't worry, we're both
Even if I save the next round, I still pass out.
What is your plus to strength?
It doesn't matter. We're gonna pass out next round.
Yeah, you just have to last one round.
So you might take it.
You might have one more
Mattias,
round.
you're up.
Yeah.
Roll to hit.
I've made all my saves. I'm still gonna pass out.
My
So
lowest
as long as
What is
attribute
it?
a 4.
So as long as you don't
Dirty
fail,
19?
you're good.
Yeah.
You hit. Roll damage.
D8 plus my strength.
The
That's
crowd is cheering at this point. I'm sorry?
It's high con to save.
D8,
10.
10 points. Okay, it's you're just barely ahead of Balder there. Everyone drink. Roll your con save.
Even though I rolled a 26, I'm still out.
You go down.
26.
I'll just kind of look. I'll just look at Zymon and be like, "That's all you got," and I'll just pass them out. Just drop the hammer and pass it.
Corinth,
I rolled a 26.
26 hit. You saved. You minus 2 to all attributes.
Okay.
And roll swing away.
9, 10, so that's 10, 11, 15.
15 to hit or 15?
15 to hit.
15. You almost missed, and it just barely connects.
Bends it.
Barely connects. Roll damage.
It'd be annoying to get that out now.
Oh, it's never gonna go in straight now.
You got hit at an angle a couple times. Back the other way.
Sorry, I'm just doing
That's
this.
good.
Do they
That's all
pull
good.
anything else out?
D8 plus
7.
strength bonus.
Or is it
7,
just
it goes.
constant? Yeah.
You exceeded Zymon's depth with his spike. Minus 2 to all attributes, Mattias, and swing away.
Okay.
Roll the hit.
And
Do you still have any attributes left?
yeah.
Okay. What is your lowest? What is your lowest attribute normally? Like, what's the score?
Wisdom of 10.
It's 12.
Oh, that's
Wisdom
his
of 12.
lowest?
Wisdom of 12, yeah.
He's very well rounded.
Yeah, he's very well rounded.
I got
he doesn't
2
have,
8s.
I'm down to 2.
yeah, he doesn't have like
Down
multiple
to a
20s.
2
like some of you guys.
intelligence.
He was built for this
2
game.
wisdom.
Roll to hit.
That is a
Natural.
that is a
Oh,
dirty
no.
20.
Oh,
Roll,
no.
You hit. Roll your damage.
Well, the plus 11 is hard not to.
Well, I'm down next time. I got 2. So.
You could go down too.
He should be down to plus.
No, he's got. Well, if he.
Is 8
If you
damage.
critically
8.
fails,
Okay, it is.
You good?
You're in the lead, Mattias. You're in the lead. And you see people betting. They're bringing money on over next to Borinth and Mattias and so forth, and they're pushing pounds of gold in your general direction. Okay, Mattias and Borinth, drink away.
Drink it.
Oh, such a good roll, too. 19, 20, 22.
22, you saved. -2 to all attributes.
Yeah, I'm down.
Boris goes down. Mattias, are you still standing? Roll your...
I got a 19, and that's plus my, that's plus a 2 plus my saving proficiency. That's a 24.
Saving proficiency.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Saving
proficiencies. I'm not adding any of that stuff. What are you adding up over there?
Saving proficiency?
Well, because Constitution is one of my favorite stats in saving throws. I think it's a +3.
Okay, so you are still standing.
Yeah, but
minus
you
2
wouldn't
to,
get it anymore.
-2 to all attributes.
I don't know where the save modifier comes from.
Do you,
It's proficiency plus whatever.
Yeah, proficiency plus, but the attributes are lower.
So yeah, the save goes lower too.
The save goes lower.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, well, you still get your proficiency bonus.
Either way,
But I think that's why
Yeah.
he said 3.
He's still
Yeah,
alive.
okay.
He's still alive.
'Cause it should-
Okay,
it should be
roll
like
your
9 or
damage.
something.
Roll. So are you still standing? Mattias?
Yeah, he should
Yeah,
be.
frozen.
Yeah, he's alive, I think.
Oh, he froze.
No, he passed out. Obviously,
He should be.
I'm the winner.
He passed out.
I guess
It's a
technically-
It's a tie.
I guess technically he's at a 10, so he should be standing.
Yeah. Unless he didn't fail his.
Oh no, plus the round we did originally, so he's out too.
Yeah.
That's 12.
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause we had a drink
Plus
before he
5
even
rounds.
started.
Yeah, 6.
So he's
Six
at
times
12
two,
now,
12.
so they're both out.
Yeah, he's out. He's unconscious. Everybody's unconscious.
Oh yeah, he would go. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, everybody would be down.
Boom! He
Final
goes.
tally.
Mattias freezes in place and collapses on the ground. They come over to you and put some somersaults, smelling salts underneath your noses and push a pile of gold over toward Borinth and Mattias. You guys,
Big B's hand is picking everybody up off the
you
table
guys-
and dropping them again. Like,
you
no.
guys each
Like
got
this,
got 110 gold.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yes,
can we do
Borinth
this?
and Mattias made 110 gold from the other folks. Push the little camera in the upper right-hand corner. Upper right-hand corner, there's a little camera. There you go. Okay. And everybody's cheering you guys. Huzzah! Huzzah! Huzzah!
I won, right?
It don't matter. You passed out.
You passed out. Anyway, we just did the math while you weren't here. You passed out, but you made 110 gold. You and Borinth were tied.
The joy that it brings him makes it all worth it.
That's when he marched into Kiev. I think
Come on.
maybe there was a lot
He's
more
drunk.
fun than I think. I don't know. I'm going to sleep.
Matthias is fun when he drinks this much.
You're yelling, Mattias. I'm gonna close his visor on him.
And then Matthias falls down on the blood on his face.
Okay.
Try some of these meats. Throw some meats on the table.
Well, I will see you gentlemen in the morning.
Yes. I think that's a
And I'll
good
stumble
idea.
upstairs.
Okay.
I don't know where I'm staying. I need a room.
I'm sleeping right on the stump.
Yeah, I'm leaning the same thing.
Just
I'm
leaning
gonna-
it-
There's
just
no way
leaning
someone's gonna
against
come in
it.
and move us.
Just leaning against
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I'm gonna do the same thing.
The night eventually quiets down. Nobody wakes you up. You wake in the next morning. Borinth and Balder are like kind of wrapped around each other.
It's like plane, trains, and automobiles.
Yeah.
It's not a pillow.
The spike, you got like spike marks on your neck from the spike heads and pieces of this, like still sticking up. Like there's this mark of this spike right across your
Very
forehead.
comfortable
Right
pillow.
here. Okay, the next day the effects are all gone, and you guys doing anything in particular? I think you've got like one day left and your long rest is complete.
You got stuff to pick up, right?
Your stuff is ready, I believe.
I need some money.
Why
Why don't you just come with me?
I'll go
Sure.
with you guys.
Just come with me. I'm
go
going
take
to
a
the.
look.
I'm going to the tailor. I got some new clothes.
You venture out into the town. It's getting a little busy. It cleared up a little bit, but it's still kind of drizzly and rainy. It seems like an early spring day, if you will. It's not warm. The where there are deciduous trees, the buds are struggling to come out. You venture down the street to the tailor.
To the tailor shop.
And they're like, well, we hope you like it. It came out, we think it came out spectacular. The stripes look, the 4-inch stripes look exactly like as you depicted. The cloak is a little heavy. It's not burdensomely heavy. You can tell that there's a very fine layer of wool, and then inside is like an oilcloth, and then another fine layer of wool on the other side. So it has some waterproof. It's relatively waterproof. The only thing is just the wool. Obviously can get wet on one side.
I will take a much longer than necessary to examine everything. How do I think it looks in my general overall view of clothing that I've seen in my life? Do I think it's really good?
I mean, you come from a noble family. I mean, you think it's a roll a perception check.
I'm gonna go up to it. I'm gonna look at it as well. I'm gonna look inside. I'm like, there's no pockets. I've made pockets.
Oh, there's lots of pockets.
No, my pockets are
Well,
big.
not on the cloak.
I have bigger.
The cloak doesn't have pockets, but the traveling clothes
My
have lots of
pockets. My pockets have my cloak.
His pockets have pockets.
Yeah. Because when you
This-
wrap
this is
yourself
all-
up in it, look, you
all
can put your
very
hands
nice.
in the pockets.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 5.
A 5. So I mean, yeah.
Can I help him?
Your
Can I
perception.
help him to like?
You
Because I'm helping
examine
him examine
Sure,
it with
of
him.
course you can. You look at it as well.
Exquisite.
Sure. Roll again. Roll with
Yeah.
advantage.
Is it double crossed?
Yeah, I'm checking the stitching. I'm checking the.
11.
You think it's
This is pretty nice.
You
I
think
mean,
it's pretty
this-
nice. I mean, it's hard to tell.
Do all the seams have backstitching?
You said 25 or 20 gold, right?
Yes, I do.
Huh. Give the man 25.
I'll do it. I'll pay for it. Yeah. Baldur, you've been paying for a lot of stuff. I'll pay for it.
I'm glad you gentlemen have the backs to carry the gold sacks because.
What makes you think that I'm not doing it just to lighten the load a little? I'll give him 25.
Matt,
gold.
you sure it doesn't cost more? I really got to get rid of this.
Floorboards crack open.
Whole table breaks.
There
You
was
sure
actually
you don't
a
want more
basement
money?
down there.
Okay.
I won some gold last night.
Settle
Yeah,
up business
yeah,
and
yeah.
head out for the day. And
Okay.
why don't we head by the armor and see how he's making out?
Let's go check on him. See the
I think
progress.
he said maybe
Armor.
another day.
Like,
Yeah, where is your armor?
You're gonna
Haven't you
like
noticed?
it.
He's-
You're gonna like it.
I just thought he was airing it out a little. Every now and then, I'm always airing it out.
Would be useful.
Every now and then, you
It
gotta
is going.
air
It
out
is
a
going to be fit
Feels
for a
good.
champion such as
Yeah.
myself.
Feels good to air it out.
little. Yeah, you gotta let it go free.
Now let all
You
hang
go
out.
by the armor, and he says, "Yeah, greeting. His name was Carl Richter.
Carl Richter.
Carl Richter." And he says, "It's coming along good. Just give me one more day, and it'll all be finished." And you see the armor on this mannequin, and it is black, but it's like a deep black, almost like
silly looking armor.
you're looking into the abyss.
Would never ever be caught dead wearing that. Look how funny
You
it is.
laugh.
It's got little
You
little
laugh.
flowery scrolls all over. It's probably for a big woman.
Oh, look
closer
closer.
at the flowers.
Look
They're
closer
screaming.
at the filigree.
I just see
It's the screaming souls
I
of my
would not
enemy.
Be caught dead in that.
And I will
Never
collect
seen it.
one more for Gazi.
Wait a minute. You're telling me that's oh, I'm sorry. Sorry about that.
You will be jealous when I'm getting all
Never
the
mind,
women
it's
at the
okay.
bar.
It's okay. Never mind. Sorry about that.
You look over and you see the helmet that he put together. It matches this black helmet with like a black crest on it with the same gold trim and filigree, and it's looking very good. And he says, "I just have a bit more gold to put on it."
I'll be back tomorrow.
But it looks pretty over the top with the screaming little faces all over it.
That's pretty nice.
It is awesome. I will be
Yeah,
back
it's
tomorrow.
really, really cool, Baldur. It's really good.
He's
really nice.
This guy, very mean. He's not good to his friends today.
It's very condescending.
I think it looks cool.
I think it
it's
looks
very
great.
neat.
I think we should leave him with the sheep in the woods.
I think he's upset that he only tied Matthias last night.
Oh, maybe that's it.
And that
that's
I
it.
almost beat everybody and I passed out 2 rounds earlier.
That was impressive.
Yeah.
I will take all of you guys' word on that. I'll play. Well, if everyone's doing it, I'll try.
This sounds like fun. Pass it out.
Me too.
Yeah. You know, these guys is crazy.
All right, just spin the wheels and wait till tomorrow, I guess.
Yep. Okay, the rest of the day, unless you're doing anything or anybody needs to do anything, passes uneventfully. Next morning, you have probably light drinking at the bar that night, unless you do otherwise. Next morning, the
Guess we could pick up
wafting
the
smell of food
Should we pick up
from
the
down
horses
below.
first?
Yeah, we'll get the horses.
Get the horses ready.
Maybe save it for the last day, because then you gotta feed them.
Well, are we leaving today, or are we?
Yeah, we're
staying?
leaving today.
You got one more day for.
No, this should be
We're
it.
around the rest.
Oh, this
yeah,
is
this
it.
is it.
Yeah,
Oh,
so we'll
okay,
get
yeah.
the horses rounded
that
up.
mean-
I mean, you can stay as long as you want. I don't.
Does that mean it's a long rest?
Oh, I think I've seen all there is to see of this place.
We got enough days, or do we have to stay longer for a long rest?
No, we're good.
Nope, this is it.
That's it.
Okay.
You did.
So we can do long rest.
Well,
Yes, long rest has been completed for
You played the
everybody.
game, so now you got to stay a week.
Nah, it's all good. Long rest is completed.
I was trying to be so careful about that.
We'll move on ahead. We'll see you in the next city.
See, yeah, because you were out in the woods, you get to stay long. No, it's all.
That feels good. I woke up feeling nice and relaxed today.
Yes.
And ready to go. Ready to hit the road.
Reset my spells.
Feeling good.
All right. I think everything else is good.
So we are heading to the Benelux region to try to find our cart.
Yeah, let's grab our horses and grab your armor.
Horses, the armor, into France.
You guys, the horses, they have. You wanted 6 horses. They've got 6 horses ready for you, with saddles. They're riding horses, and you go and to meet with Richter.
Yes.
Your armor looks spectacular. The black is not just black; it's almost like a deep abyss that you're looking into. It's got like depth to it. Not really depth, but I mean, it just looks like it has depth. And then the gold, so it's gold stands out against it along all the edges, and then with the small screaming faces that are also on this very kind of almost Romanish looking helm, if you will. Okay?
All
It looks fantastic.
You're
Looks
gonna
Does
wear
look good,
badges?
Balder.
How
I gotta
much?
say,
It's a
once
shame
the-
to scratch it.
Once the sunlight hits it, that gold sparkles. It's fitting of the man, I must say.
How much do I owe you, Carl?
I thought we settled up when you. Oh, that's right.
Well, you already gave him the
Oh,
gold.
yeah, you already
you
said
gave
that.
him the gold
You
for
get-
the
I think-
filigree, but not the payment for the actual.
Refresh my
armor.
memory. I think it was.
5 gold. Good job.
8,000.
I think the total was 200, and you gave me about half up front, I believe.
He
Correct?
paid a lot more money for a health
Yep.
potion.
So just another 100 gold, and we'll call it even.
All right, you got it. And I'll give him 150.
Oh, it's very
Little
generous
tip,
of you.
Little tip. It looks so
Please
good.
come back.
I'm gonna take a peek at the coffers one day.
We're all about
Yeah, you-
tipping.
I don't know,
We're
I don't
all
know.
about tipping
I
over
have
here.
no idea how much money he actually has in there. Like, I don't even know what the dollar amount, like what the gold amount
It
is.
starts with a 2.
Yeah, but
We
is
were
it
over 20.
Jeez.
You hear Yuta in the back
1,000.
really?
screaming away.
We got to spend it on something.
No, I don't. Yeah.
Anyway.
Go for it. I just was curious at how deep they run.
So like $1,500 gold in gold potions is a kick in the bucket.
Right,
It's
yeah,
a
yeah.
necessary expense for
Depending,
adventure
it
life.
depends,
Yeah.
right? Because if we have very large ambitions later about armies and all this, it can
Yeah,
just
we're gonna need them.
be
like-
gone.
Yeah, disappear
It
soon,
can
yeah.
just be gone.
Yeah.
But it depends on what we really want to do with it.
Yeah, but we
But-
gotta stay alive. I mean, those
Yeah,
potions
exactly.
are
Exactly.
clutch.
You
So I'll put
hear
on the armor.
you
Helmet
hear
on.
Juta in the back screaming away. And,
Oh, yeah.
And Carl says, your friend, he wanted to talk to me about a deal, and I guess you just never
You know what? I'll let you know. And I'll cover it. It's on the house. I'll let him know it's on if you're good. You just say the words.
You don't have to literally say them.
A nod is fine.
It's totally on. It's totally on.
Just know, you can't cancel. There's no stopping once it's in motion.
Sure.
All right, I'll let him know.
Okay. You venture forth.
Yes.
Which way are you guys? You get your horses.
Yeah.
Settle up at the bar, which you had already paid everything.
We're heading to the northwest.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Well, the town straddles the river.
to France.
Yeah.
The west, the eastern side of the river it goes north and slightly west, and looks fairly easy travel on the eastern side of the river. The western side looks like very rugged travel. You're probably gonna have to dismount at some point and cross over
I like the sound of
rugged
easy
terrain.
travel.
So, but you could go either direction off of the bridge.
While it is a hard decision, I think our minds have been made up to search out the remaining parts of the staff rather than venture into the lands of the Teutons and try to figure out what is going on there, right?
I believe so, yeah.
So
But now I thought
to the west it is.
there's other places we could get it, right? But the Teutons were potentially have the gems that we need,
They may have the
diamonds.
dragon crystals, I believe.
which
they
we
have
still
been
need
referred
those
to.
even after we complete the weapon, right?
Either way, we're going to
Yeah,
hit there. We're going to
but
go west, and then we're going to go north, and then we're going to come back south, right? That's when we'll hit.
I don't remember. I thought that the weapon needs those. too.
Yeah,
It does.
It's not enough to just put it together, right?
But there's more than one
they
place
act,
to get those.
They act as,
A catalyst.
for better lack of a term, like bolts in a crossbow.
Okay.
They're the ammunition that fuels the weapon.
All right. So we will need.
Yeah, we will need them. But
We have been told that perhaps the Teutons have some. We have also been told, I believe, one of the popes may be in possession of some. The pope that resides in France.
The false pope.
The,
Or the real pope.
Yeah, well,
the
we
fake
think,
pope.
Depends who
Yeah,
you're
well, we
talking
think Nicholas is the real pope. We like
The
Nicholas.
fake. I
He
like
was, he was a
Nicholas.
good guy. I'll get behind him. Yeah,
If-
sure.
If the stones are magical, wouldn't the Toots probably destroy them?
Well, that's why they would have them.
To destroy them?
Perhaps.
No,
well,
they-
yeah,
Because
they
they've
try
been
to destroy
destroying.
them.
They've been
Unless they're using them to
harnessing and
destroy.
destroying all like magical items.
Yeah, but you can't just destroy magical items, right? So you
Well,
need
they figured out a
something
way.
magical in order to destroy magical
That was
items.
part of the flames.
So maybe that's what they're using to destroy the magical items.
And the barrels of
power
bitumen
source.
that are coming out of
Yeah, that
Benelux.
could be the power source that fuels what they need to destroy.
But they're not the only ones that have it. Like, there's other places we can get them. I believe there's like a
That-
dragon or something.
That is what we've been told.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we need to go to where? Benelux?
Benelux is a region, not a city.
Oh, okay. That's news to me. I don't know. I ain't never been to France.
I
Well,
would
lead
like
the way.
To
Mr.
visit
French.
Vignon, but I understand you have different travels.
Towards the setting sun and the star that rises in the north, I suppose.
All right, so we will go.
It's about
So north side of the river, or east side of the river, or west side of the river?
west side of the river,
wherever
towards,
the travel-
towards France.
Yeah, but I think he's saying the
Eastern
side
side,
of the river.
easier side to travel, he means.
Yeah, we'll,
The west
we'll
side is
cross
more
later when
rugged
we
Hey,
can.
where does the normal traffic?
It looks like it's going up the east side.
Okay, yeah. So let's take the normal.
Yeah, whatever the normal trail
Yeah,
road
yeah,
is.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. You venture off, heading north up and it starts to bend slightly to the west as you venture north. It's not like a precipitous right-hand turn, if you will, or right-hand for you guys would be that way. Right-hand turn for you to head directly west, but it's slowly bending in that direction, if you will. As you continue north, the day. The terrain is relatively rolling. There's some woods, but a lot of farmland, if you will, as you continue to venture your way north. Overnight, it lightly rained again. Nothing major. Sheltered from the. It's a little bit raw, but not cold. But bundling up, you head out. So you're generally following the river On the eastern side, other streams descend from, you can see them descending from the rugged terrain on the western side down into the river and making it slightly larger. As you continue north and slightly west, the larger mountains behind you sort of disappear into the distance. The river continues to widen, and you're crossing farm fields empty of their fruits this early in the season. The terrain is rolling tall hills.
Question.
Yes, fire away.
What are we doing with the meat log? Is that still being carried?
Oh no! No.
We got rid of the log. We just have to
took
meet.
all the
Okay.
you know
I was
all the
just curious.
all the provisions that I got. We just tie them up on the horses, and the horses can carry them.
Okay.
Can I get you guys to push those out of the way there?
Uh-oh.
Okay. Traveling the countryside, the terrain is rolling hills covered with thick, dark pines. Off in the distance, other than the areas where there are clearly farms. The farms start to disperse a bit, and then the woods slowly become thicker. Eventually, you find yourself wandering through the woods themselves. On a trail, but wandering through the woods. The thick pine trees grow thicker as you continue, and the sun starts to set off toward the west. It's not like below the horizon or anything like that. And you're using that as a guide. You can tell where the sun is in relation to you, and plus you're on a trail. The air smells of lush loam in between the thick, dark trees. It's early spring, so the air is crisp, but it's not cold. Very oddly, during your trek, some flurries start to fall. Snow flurries, which seems a little bit late for this time of the year. A brief while later, you emerge from the wood. Ahead of you, you see a fairly large village surrounded by a stout wooden palisade. An unusual tower stands in front of the village, somewhat bizarrely unattached from the walls. Except for the tower, the village looks incredibly familiar to you, Boris.
Saruman.
Borinth knows it.
I'm missing.
You're
Just so you know.
missing?
Yeah, my mini's not there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, I mean,
Can you back
okay.
that camera up a
No,
little
we'll
bit?
need it.
I don't think you need it.
No,
just yet.
I don't think we need it.
Who knows? You might, but I doubt it. Depends on what you do.
Call the ants.
Call the ants. Hopefully I can put this in place without it falling over.
Well done.
So what
Well
did you decide?
done.
Well, we've all just met.
Kip made the walls.
Oh, really? Oh, no, great.
Obviously you're not
So cool.
here anymore. Let me just push that out of the way.
Very cool.
You see this large village in front of you. Do you continue on, or what do you do? And then the sun is starting to set. And Borinth, it looks
right by.
familiar to you.
Looks familiar to me.
We walk right by.
We horseback, right?
Okay.
Do I recall why it looks familiar to me?
Roll
familiar to you.
roll
What do the people on the walls plan to do with
a
pitchforks?
history check with advantage.
Ooh, boy.
It's not the best weapon over there.
There you go.
16.
16. You feel like you're in the Badenweiler, and this looks like a village that is from your youth, or this type of village that would be from your youth.
Okay.
That's weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
France?
I'd like to stop in. It's just, I don't know. I kind of get like a home feeling here. Something. Can't describe it. It's just, you know.
Well, your feelings are usually lead to something. Maybe not always good, but
We shall find out. I mean, it just looks. Yeah. It looks. I could use this. It looks like home.
We could use a rest for a day or two, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Well, so we've been out on a night. Instead of sleeping on the road, we can sleep in the. Maybe we can sleep here for a night.
Sure enough.
If you guys get a bad vibe, then we'll just leave. But
As you approach, you see this very unusual tower. It's just like standing away from the village, out in the middle, all by itself. Nothing's on it at the moment. And there's some folks, they don't look like they're prepared for a siege or anything, but they're just some folks. The gates are open. There's some folks up on top of the palisades just doing a normal watch. They look rather leisurely. They wave to you as you approach. Guten Abend! Wie geht es Ihnen? Welcome. Those of you in German understand.
Guten Tag.
Yeah, hi.
Guten
We're just
Abend.
looking for.
Holman.
We're going to stop in and rest with you for the night.
Yeah.
Hey,
Sie ist mitgekommen.
what's with
Come on
what's with the tower out
Oh.
front?
It's Sigismund, Tensitari. He arranged that. It stopped the wind. So it's, with the sacrifices. You haven't heard.
No, we haven't.
No.
Oh, yes, ever since he put it up and stopped the sacrifices and did the sacrifices, the wind has stopped. So all is good now.
What sort of sacrifices?
This, someone chooses to be sacrificed.
Someone chooses?
Well, yeah, I mean, they get quite a lot for doing it.
They volunteer, you mean?
Yes.
They get a...
So not sheep, people.
What do you mean?
Well, not like animals, not like livestock.
Not like livestock. They can get livestock if they want. They get whatever they want.
No.
No, up on the tower being sacrificed. Only people.
Is everybody in this world an idiot?
What is going on?
What? Wait, you're...
How much Borinth has learned on his travels.
God, is every village stupid?
Every single one.
Okay.
And he always works at the gate. You put your dumbest person who lives here in charge of who enters and leaves. You put the village idiot as the gatekeeper.
You can't do anything else.
He's actually well read in multiple words.
You guys have a good time?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Funny stuff. I always thought we were going to get farther than we do, but it's all fun. I hope everybody had a good time. Let's start with Mattias. What was your highlight, Mattias, if there was one?
There was. I really enjoyed just
Getting drunk.
having the chance to just kind of do something, not doing something particularly important, just getting to explore some of what might be happening when in the moments when we aren't necessarily seeing the characters actively.
Okay. Okay, very cool.
There are times when we do skips and time skips, and I think just having the chance to just be the characters in those more quieter moments is nice.
Well, good. I'm glad you had a good time. Are we going to, if you're not in school, are we going to see you this summer at the table?
You might.
Okay.
Always leave them in suspense.
Yeah, there you go.
Always leave them in suspense.
Don't commit. Okay, 1,000 experience. Okay, all good. 1,000 experience points. Okay, Brian, did you have a good time?
Yeah, I had a great time.
What was your highlight if there
getting
was
back in? I just love role playing with you guys. Everybody is really getting better. And
It's
it was
really
cool
on
having-
point.
It was good. We had some good conversations, and I really wanted to do something for Simon.
Yeah.
It came together.
That was pretty
nicely.
cool. I didn't know where that was
Together
going to go.
nicely.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I was gonna make it out of deer hide, but apparently I can't. I'm a bad hunter, so I had to improvise a little, spend a little gold to get it done.
A little warmer.
But it was good. It was really cool. It was a lot of fun.
I was gonna make some comment. Should we just tell him not to make the cloak?
Did you know what he was making? I didn't know what he was making.
No. After he gave it to him, I was starting to think maybe we should tell that tailor to nix the cloak.
I thought he was making like a judge's wig or something. Judge's wig. I was like, what is this?
No,
guy
I was
making?
making, because, like I explained. I mean, that's exactly what
No,
I
it was very
planned
cool.
on-
It was
planned
very
on
cool.
doing, so.
It was very cool. 1,000 experience points, sir. Chris, did you have a good time?
Absolutely.
What was your highlight, sir?
I didn't have one single highlight, but I just liked all the little funny parts, like the stuff with the farmer, the stuff with Heidi, the stuff with the blacksmith and his wife. It's all these like little
Heidi's
interspersed moments.
You
Like,
can say it. You can say Heidi's hole. It's okay.
I could, but I'd rather
It's not an
not.
actual place.
I'd rather not.
I just like the idea of this like gritty, realistic campaign, and then these like imposing characters just all venturing out. We like destroy monsters and blah blah, and then you just like Mattias was kind of saying, you just kind of see the lighter side of all of this, and, like, how they deal with the world. And just makes me happy.
Good, good. I'm glad. Thank you for the adventure log and hooks. I do appreciate it. I do read them, and it gives me great insight into your character. So, and you're still level 7, correct?
Correct.
So, 4,500 experience points, sir, with all of those bonuses.
You want to
Level up? Awesome! Congratulations! Huzzah! Where's the
7 or 8?
where's the huzzah?
Where's the boo button?
Oh, and I liked getting hit with my horn because I
Hello,
missed hitting the
Chad.
horn.
Yeah.
I missed blowing the horn. I got a little nervous at first because there's a little bit of a delay, and I was like, please, it'll look really stupid if nothing comes out of this thing.
Click, click, and we're all just waiting.
Yeah.
There's a good use of the horn.
I can't make this thing cheer. Anyway.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Do it the old-fashioned way.
Thank you.
Okay, awesome. Ryan, what was your? Did you have a good time?
Yes.
What was your highlight?
Like they were saying, I really, the last 2 sessions, I was really just enjoying all the role playing. It's fun. It's a little bit different from everything else, but I like Simon spending all my money, telling me to tip everybody. I'll give them more.
I like that we don't negotiate for deals. We just tip people at the end. We're like, what is your price?
Well,
Here's
at this
50
point,
more.
it almost feels like we're robbing them. It's like, oh yeah, we'll do all that work for 20 gold, and it's like.
Most campaigns are killing the shopkeeper.
Yeah.
Giving them more money.
It's like I feel at this point. I feel like we've wronged them at this point. It's like you just built this armor for a week and you want 100 gold. That's
it. Know your worth. That's the thing. Yeah,
Clearly, we should have just been alchemists.
Yeah,
wow.
she made out the best in this.
Yeah.
She did nothing and got 2,000.
She's buying the keep as we
Hey
speak
man,
right now.
you don't know what her out-of-pocket costs are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There was much dust on those potions. They've been sitting there for years.
I thought we determined that she was a trust fund child and she didn't really need the money anyway because
Yeah,
she's a horrible salesperson.
She just has access to all this rich
She's just used to people
material.
paying so much for everything.
She was pretty spot on once the blue pill got mentioned. The potion
Oh yeah, she was all about
blue
that.
potion was a huge sell.
But yeah, so like it's just been a lot of fun doing a little role play back and forth lately.
1,000 experience points, sir. Thank you. Simon, did you have a good time?
Absolutely. The role play is wonderful. The last couple sessions. I feel like Simon's got a lot of weight on his shoulder trying to decipher some of these clues.
Yeah.
Is that a good weight or a bad weight?
Figure it out.
Just a weight.
Both.
I think the Argyle
Weight is
connection
weight.
helps a lot.
Yeah,
that helps with a lot.
When I was trying to think of stuff like by myself, I was really convinced that like the road one, but I think the Argrad might be closer to the point. And
I can't help you in game, but out of game that sounds good.
Yeah. But besides that, all my happy places are in people's basements, and I don't know how to explain that anymore.
Okay, very cool. Very cool. I'm glad this is happening. It's good.
You know what we forgot that we'll just have to retcon is he hammered this into the center.
Oh, he did.
We forgot about that.
And you wanted it fixed. I thought you just wanted to
I thought it was a slot.
You slide it in.
Yeah, slide in.
I thought it was a slot, but
I think so. Yeah, he built a holder for it, right?
yes, it's on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna find out when
Okay.
you put it in there, and we'll have to kill
I
it.
lights up like Iron Man.
Yeah, I think we did, right? I think he asked that, and we decided we didn't want it permanent.
Yeah.
Just as a holder.
I would listen to this.
It's good.
As a holder for it. So
Yes, it's got like a slot. It's got like a gold ring that matches it. You can slide it right in.
Anyway.
No, it doesn't. It's more of just a mockery
Aesthetics.
We'll see.
More of just making a mockery of Ghazi.
But otherwise, a fabulous evening.
Have you ever tried just attuning to it? Maybe you have to like attune to it.
2,000 experience
not.
points, sir. You're level 11, correct?
I haven't done that because I don't know how that works.
We don't use it too.
Yeah, that's what
we
it
don't?
is, right? We don't, right?
Oh, okay.
So, guys, I had a good time. A lot of role play. You guys
Yeah.
kept me on my toes, coming up with some things I didn't anticipate. So, all good. All good. Lots of fun. I'm glad to be back at the table. Hey, the cameras all seem to work.
Yeah.
They did. I noticed some technical things that you guys probably haven't noticed that I was trying to futz with at one point, but I can fix it very quickly once we go offline. So, but it's all good. So let me wrap it up here. Thank you for watching Seven Sided Dice Carpathian Adventure. Again, we would like to thank Sirenscape for the use of their audio sound effects. That's www.syrinscape.com. Thank you, artists Yenu and Silky Noir, for the terrific character art. Please patronize them by the @Yenu Draws on Instagram, @Yenu on Tumblr and Twitter, and patronize Silky Noir on DeviantArt. Please comment in the Twitch chat room, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, and on YouTube. While we do this strictly for fun, please let us know how we went through the stream. Lastly, please follow us on Twitch, on Instagram. Please like on Facebook and YouTube. And please subscribe on YouTube. I did have a diatribe planned. I'm going to hold off on it until next time because we're running a little bit late. Always remember, in the Carpathian Adventure, the journey is the destination. And we will continue the journey again in 2 weeks. So for now, thank you for watching. Roll a 7-sided die and have a great night.
Play some Dungeons and Dragons!
Huzzah!